welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing, good folks of the algorithm? I hope that your weekend has been going well. While you're coming in, make sure you just hit the like button for me or hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this out to anyone who likes to review these type of cases with us. And if you have any cases that you're interested in at the end of the live stream, go ahead and put it down in the comment section and I will put it on my list for cases that we can review on this channel. And I want to shout out to my early birds who catches the worm. Hey, Boricua, que lo que? How are you, mommy? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Happy Sunday to you, ma'am. I hope everything is well with you. I hope everything is well. Miss Joanne, it's so good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. I hope everything is well with you, dear. Hope everything is well. Yeah, so I have, hi, Stay Strong. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. I hope everything is going well with you, sir. I have 3 cases for you guys. I hope that you definitely enjoy them. They were kind of interesting and I wanted to review them with you. This is the first time me actually seeing them, so we're going to see them at the same time. Hi, Troy. How are you doing? Shout out to you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I live upstate. That's right. I live upstate, sir, but happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. All right, so let's just go ahead and get it on and get it popping, shall we? The first video that I have for you today is about a teen. So it's about a teen that pretends to be crazy after killing his parents. Shout out to Stay Awake. This comes from this channel, and we're going to go ahead and watch this one right now. Ragcholi, how are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Thank you for the compliment. Truly appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and pull this up. I hope you can see my screen, and here we go.
On November 14th, 2023, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office received a call saying that a 16-year-old named Colin Griffith was just overheard threatening to kill his mother. In a panic, the officers raced to Colin's doorstep to confirm that his mother, 39-year-old Kathy Griffith, was unharmed.
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, you guys can come on in. He's not a happy camper right now.
Can't answer the door right now.
The deputies entered the house, and to their surprise, they saw Colin being forced to do standing marches while holding weights above his head.
What's up, man? What are you doing?
He's doing standing marches as a form of discipline ever since he got home. He beat the shit out of me last night, so...
After separating the two and placing Colin into the back of a police cruiser, a furious Kathy, who had just found out about the death threat, rushed outside to confront Colin.
Did you tell them at the jail that you were going to kill me?
Hi, problem child.
Did you say you were going to hurt me?
Little did she know, just 1 year after this encounter, Colin would be on the phone with 911 as he watched her bleed out on the kitchen floor.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Hampton in Florida. I don't know I don't know the street address. My mom is talking to you again right now. She's bleeding out. Please help.
Your mom is doing what?
My mom's bleeding out. She's bleeding out.
Where is she bleeding from, sir?
She's bleeding from the neck, man. She got real tight and she went to the knife and she fell on it.
Okay, listen carefully, and I'll tell you how to do chest compressions. Make sure she is flat on her back on the ground. Count out loud so I can count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One moment.
Colin was clearly panicking while trying to save his mother's life. With each chest compression, he witnessed her losing more and more
Barry.
blood. Around 6 minutes into the call, Colin had a
to you.
terrifying realization.
She stopped bleeding. No more blood coming out. So I quit.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, please. Stop, okay? Listen to me, and I'm going to tell you how to control the bleeding.
There's no more blood coming out of the wound. These are all set off.
Okay, we're going to continue with CPR. Listen to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The dispatcher continued counting until first responders arrived at the scene at 6:25 p.m. Deputies made their way to the kitchen and saw Colin performing CPR on his lifeless mother. Just down the hall, they noticed a large kitchen knife covered in blood lying on the ground. After determining that Kathy's injuries were fatal, she was pronounced dead at 6:27 p.m. They detained
Hey,
Colin and
Michelle, how you
escorted
doing?
him to the
Happy
back of a
Sunday.
police
First time
cruiser,
here?
wondering what
Welcome.
could have led up to this tragic incident. In order to fully understand the circumstances that led to Kathy's death, we must take a thorough look.
All right, so far, his mother has passed away. It seemed like they had a very hostile and dangerous situation going in that house. It seemed like she wanted to discipline him, and he was against his type of discipline. Uh, I guess what she was using as disciplinary actions towards him if he wasn't following the rules in her house. And it seemed like he probably didn't have control, or, you know, he used his blunt force, him being a young man in this situation. I guess he kind of realized what he did after, stabbing his mother, that she's going away now. This is not like a regular fight where, and even touching your mom and pushing your mom or punching your mom and stuff like that, that's not regular. That is not normal. That's very, very scary. But from there, this wasn't a regular fight to him, now that he realized that she wasn't coming back from that. So prayers to the mom. This is very unfortunate. It's very sad. Like I said, this is one of a mother's worst nightmare, or any parent worst nightmare, is that the children that you bring into this world ends up harming you, or possibly taking your life. This is sad. Already it's terrible. And she was such a beautiful woman too. Let's go on.
At Colin and Kathy's colorful past. The drama began in September of 2023 when the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office received a call from Colin's high school. Apparently, he told his teacher that his mom had pulled a gun on him and threatened to kill him earlier that morning. When the deputies went to Kathy's house to speak with her, she said that Colin's claims were ridiculous. She said that he was just making up stories because he was angry that she punished him for failing a test at school. After speaking with Kathy, they went to the high school to speak with Colin directly. He stuck to his story, insisting that she had threatened him with a gun. In the end, the cops believed Kathy, and they decided that no action would be taken against her. Upon hearing this, Colin said that if she were to do something again, he would be forced to defend himself. The authorities interpreted this comment as a potential threat to Kathy, so they initiated.
And shout out to Sweetheart. I truly appreciate you, sis. Shout out to Sweetheart for sending 10 jewels. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you. Thank you. Michelle says, absolutely. Makes you nervous with your own children. It does, right? It's bad enough, you have to deal with all other people and strangers and all that stuff like that, or even just, immediate people in your family. But the last thing you would want to believe that is your own children would do something to you. So it's really sad. It's a horrible situation. Horrible situation. So it seemed like, he doesn't like him being disciplined for whatever reason. Whether if it's him failing his classes, his tests and stuff like that, she has a type of way that she gives out her discipline when you are failing a test or you're not doing well in school. He didn't like it. And now it seems, and this is only just seems, it seems that he's called the police and he said that his mom threatened to shoot him. And when they try to check everything out, they agree that it was with the mom, that he's just making lies, that he's upset because he doesn't want to get punishments. He doesn't want to have the consequences. And then now he made a statement stating that if she does it again, that I'm going to have to take her life, which is it's kind of peculiar, because I'm wondering if he was trying to set it up as this is a self-defense from way before then, and getting the paper trail by letting letting the cops know, saying, hey, my mom threatened to kill me and all the stuff like that. Was he trying to set up a paper trail so when it got to this point, it would be self-defense? That's what I'm kind of trying to see, whether or not what was that his initial goal from the beginning. Let's see. Be right. Hello, Be right. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. He says, first time viewing your channel. I want to be a hard adjustment in my day to find time to do your. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your compliment. Truly appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely day. Be right. Thank you so much. Let's go on.
Florida's Baker Act to place Cullen on involuntary psychiatric hold at the Charlotte Behavioral Center. 3 days later, on September 19th, when Cullen was released from the Behavioral Center, he began repeating the statements that put him there in the first place, and took it even further by directly threatening his mom and grandma Susan.
He specifically said that he had, or something along the lines of that he had done it before and that he would do it again, and said that he would either push them out of a car, stab them, or shoot them.
The deputies had no choice but to initiate the Baker Act for a second time, and Cullen was readmitted to the Behavioral Center for 3 more days. Cullen was released on September 22nd, and in an attempt to prevent further conflict, Detective Lacey and Corporal Chris Rentis of the Juvenile Intervention Unit were assigned to assist Kathy and Cullen as they navigated their relationship. So, over the next couple of months, Cullen and Kathy were in direct communication with the detectives, sometimes daily, but despite their efforts, things were only getting worse.
He said,
Then, on
Grandma
November
too.
13th, 2023, things got out of control again. At exactly 8:43 p.m., Kathy called the sheriff's office saying that Cullen had attacked her. But at the same time, Cullen called Corporal Rentis and told him the opposite, that Kathy had attacked him. Several deputies were dispatched to the house to figure out exactly what had happened. As they approached the residence, they saw Cullen on the side of the road, so they pulled over and spoke with him first.
I can't see without my glasses. I don't know where they went. We sat down and we ate, and she started talking to me about how a bunch of really bad shit. And then when I got up and was like, you can't just do that, and she was telling me to shut up, she hit me in the face, and then she grabbed onto me. I hit her in the stomach, and then I'm a wrestler. It was just reactive. Grabbed her. She got to the ground.
Hey,
I grabbed the
Flower.
phone.
Happy Sunday to you,
started
dear.
recording
Hope
when I left.
everything's well with
But we've been
you.
through this. You called Francis because you know you kind of messed up, right?
No, it's because I didn't know who else to call, and I knew that, and I wanted to make sure he knew first off. Okay.
Although Cullen claimed that his mom had punched him, there were no visible marks and no redness or swelling on his face. They patted him down, put him in handcuffs, and placed him in the back of a police cruiser. They then went back to the house to get Kathy's side of the story.
Catherine A. Griffith, right? So I heard EMS is coming to check out your hand.
Lucy! Happy Sunday to you, sir.
Okay.
So
Hey, can I
good
see
to
your
see
hand?
you, dear.
According
So
to
good
Kathy,
see you.
Cullen was mad that she had taken his phone away for misbehaving, so he kneed her in the stomach and threw her on the ground.
He took the phone out of my hand as I was trying to record it. I was on the ground.
Within minutes, EMS arrived, and one of the medics inspected her injuries. Unlike Cullen, Kathy did have visible injuries, including scrapes on her hand where Cullen had allegedly stomped on it, and redness where he had allegedly kneed her in the stomach. Cullen's grandma Susan was also there. She said that Cullen had stayed at her house last night because he and his mother weren't getting along. When it was time to bring him back home in the morning, he protested this decision and was desperate to avoid his mother.
Colin did not want to come back home.
Okay.
And I said, you don't have a choice. You have to go back home. And he said, no, I want foster care. And even the corporal was saying, foster care isn't going to be good for you. You don't have issues. You have to work on them. And I said, you have got to learn to get your anger under control. People are going to get in your face. And you're going to have to learn to deal with that. Just ignore it. And the other thing, too, is you don't ever hit anybody. And especially somebody as small as Kathy. I said, that needs to be. He goes, no, but I said, there are no buts. That's all there is.
Susan told the deputies that when she brought Cullen back home, she decided to stay for dinner. She essentially had the same story as Kathy, that when Kathy took Cullen's phone away, he got mad and attacked his mom.
I think he wanted the phone. And that's all he was concerned about, was getting his
phone back.
You said next thing you know, they're on the ground. Did you see how they got on the ground?
No.
Okay.
No, because I was trying to call also.
Okay, so this is seeming quite sad. So it definitely it seems like he was planning this. Like he had a lot of animosity against his mom. He even started to grow animosity against his grandmother because I guess his grandmother was siding with the mom. He did ask that he wanted to go into foster care. I think what he probably meant was he wanted to be emancipated. I think that's what he was actually thinking about. But you could tell that he does have anger management issues, and he does not want to listen to any form of authority, especially under his mother's household. And it's really sad because he's been violent with her. This probably is not the first time he has been violent or hurt his mom before, and she probably never called the police. And that starts to create a habit, right, of thinking what you can get away with. And then when she started informing the police, and then you had counselors to try to help, manage your household and how y'all was going to work with each other and understand how y'all going to have your household. Like, there is going to be some authorities. This is how we're going to implement, consequences or, disciplinary actions. It seems in the process of that, he didn't like it. It was, at first it was okay, but then after a while, within going to the sessions with the counselors, he started to revert back to his old ways, not having his anger in check, not finding other outlets to deal with his anger, and taking it out on his mom. It's very sad. It's very sad when it gets to this point, really. Michelle said, I don't know if I would really try to defend myself with a weapon against my parent. No, no, I mean, absolutely not. Most people wouldn't. Most people wouldn't. A lot of people would just walk away. But if, in some cases, there are parents who are evil and cruel, and people, they're going to defend themselves, right? It would be hard to do for me too. It would have been very drastic. Right, right. Flower said, very sad. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Starry Night. How are you doing, Starry Night? Caring more about having your phone than the well-being on your family is insane. I agree, definitely. Happy Sunday to you. This is really sad because, like I said, his mom seemed like she was a beautiful mom. And even with the little snippet of the video, I don't even see her disciplinary actions being wrong. You know what I'm saying? She's not abusing the kid. She's not going oops upside his head, even though this is what he said she was doing. It doesn't seem like that's what she was doing at all. She would have him march, probably have him do push-ups and stuff. Who knows? She might come from a military background, and that was the type of consequences that she had to do, or chores, extra chores around the house. Who knows? But just from that snippet, it doesn't seem like she was really abusing him. But let's go on.
Okay.
The deputies told Susan that they were going to charge Colin for domestic violence battery. Before they took him down to the station, they allowed Susan to have a word with him.
Got to get your anger under control, okay? I'm saying prayers for you all the time, Colin, and I love you.
Mama, I think my anger's fine.
Do you think your anger's fine?
Yes, it's just when someone attacks me, that's how I act.
What didn't happen, though? I was there.
No. She hit me. She grabbed onto me.
I didn't see that, Colin. I really didn't.
We're just trying to have a face-to-face conversation. I was telling Mom, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not this murderer. I'm just trying to peacefully leave or peacefully coexist and just figure something out. And she kept telling me to shut up and shut up. And when I wouldn't shut up, she hit me.
No, that's not what happened, Colin. That's not what happened.
After this he said, she said argument, Colin was brought down to the juvenile detention.
I think that's kind of, that's kind of strange that when he's having a conversation with his grandmother, the first thing he said, "I'm not this psychopath. I'm not this killer." I think by him saying that is him admitting that he have said that he wanted to kill and harm his mom numerous of times. Because it would be no reason. Why would the first thing come to your mind where you say, "I'm not a psychopath and I'm not a killer. I just want to coexist. I want to leave." I don't know. Like, I could be wrong, but I just don't normally hear children saying, "I'm not this psychopath, I'm not this killer," unless they're doing things that would make people believe that you are a psychopath and that you are a killer. But let's go on. Let's hear what else happens.
Center. He was momentarily left alone in the back of the police cruiser. And during this time, Colin was recorded calling Corporal Rentis and having a conversation about two different personas. Colin 1 and Colin 2.
I'll say it to you like this, if you want to know. Colin 1 is, I guess, he's who just wants to survive, help people, and do good things in the world. And Colin 2 is the one that protects Colin 1 in situations where he can't escape from, and Colin 2 is the one that killed someone. But you're talking to Colin 1. You're talking to Colin 1.
To give context, just 9 months before this encounter, in February of 2023, Colin's abusive father cornered him with a knife, and Colin shot him to protect himself. Colin was initially charged with first-degree murder for his father's death, but a month later, his charges were dropped since they couldn't disprove that Colin's actions were in self-defense. He then moved from Oklahoma.
Excuse me. What? 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 He killed his father? He killed his father. So wait a minute. So before all of this, he killed his father. So I don't know, like, is this I don't know, is this a dropping of the ball? Because he was already showing signs that he doesn't like authority. He wants to do what he wants. And it was even to the point where he killed his father. So that's why he's with his mom. And now the same situation is happening again. The same situation. And then he had the audacity to say that to the detective, you're not speaking to there's two Collins. There's Colin 1 and Colin 2. There's Colin 1 who wants to do good, want to be left alone and everything, and Colin 2 is the guy who wants to, burn down the town, scorch or earth, really. So is that him trying to set up that he has personality disorders from the jump? Where was the diagnosis or the evaluation of him after him killing his father? Did he go to therapy? And how many years ago? It wasn't even years. I think it was like what, 8 months or something apart from when he killed his father, and then now it's the situation with his mom. Where was the evaluation of him? Did y'all do an evaluation on him? Did you say that he needed to go to therapy? He needs to be in therapy for more than, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years? Did you, like, I don't know. It seems like a dropping of the ball. Like, maybe his mom would have been saved if that was done, because it seemed like he wasn't really on a schedule for speaking with a counselor and dealing with his anger issues, or even getting the help that he needs by dealing with the killing your father, the trauma of killing your father, because apparently it was self-defense. You was initially charged with manslaughter, but then they striped it off your record because they couldn't prove whether or not if it wasn't self-defense. So where was that process of getting the help that this young man needs? Because clearly, just me looking, I could tell that he needs help. I can honestly, just looking at him, I could tell that he needs help, that he's dealing with a lot of demons in the inside, and it's not gonna, just being parental supportive is not going to cut it. He actually needs help, and I don't think that was that happened to him. And then you ended up putting the mother in a dangerous, life-threatening situation, trying to handle things that he needs professional help for. And look what happened. Look what happened to her. This is really sad. This is absolutely sad. Sweetheart said, wow, yeah. What the hell? Yeah, I really don't understand right now. I really don't understand. And they let him out. They didn't lock him up after that. Right. That's really nuts. Yeah, I agree, Flower. I agree. Thank you so much, Barry. I truly appreciate you, Barry. He has CPTSD with the psychosis. Yeah, that's what it seemed like he has. Absolutely, Michelle. Absolutely. I don't think they did the proper thing either. I really don't. He's the simple fact that he was in his mom's care, it was too quickly, It was just too quickly. Too bad, too late. Yeah. He kills his father and they didn't even put him in prison. No, he was able to get out of it. I don't know. I don't know. So the state just gotta handle everything. Like it's just I don't know. This is very disturbing a little bit to because I'm just wondering why was he put in her hands so quickly? That's what I'm really wondering. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Without a doubt, he needs therapy and medication. I agree. He didn't go to jail. No, he didn't. He didn't.
Oklahoma to Florida to live with his mother. In the call with Corporal Rentis, Colin is telling him that he has two personas.
I
And
didn't.
Colin
I
too
didn't.
killed his father. And he is now afraid that Colin too will kill his mother as well. Does Colin actually have a split in his psyche? Or is he just a twisted killer, premeditating his mother's murder and preemptively mounting his insanity defense?
I need to figure out exactly what you're scared of. Scared of going back in there, Rentis. Jesus, how many times do I gotta say it? That's all I'm scared of. I don't think you're. I think that you are capable of killing your mother, but I don't think that you will. From why don't you submit to the call to? It's the strongest version of me.
Following this phone call, Corporal Joella Moore, the officer who had arrested Colin earlier, approached the back window of the cruiser and had a brief conversation with him. He expressed that releasing him back to his mother again could result in grave consequences.
I don't know how I'm going to react if she does, when she does that again. If I can control myself or how that's going to happen.
What do you think you might do to her?
If she tries to hit me again, I might hit her back really, really hardly and badly.
Colin spent the night in the detention center, and the next morning, on November 14th, 2023, he had a court hearing where he was put on probation. He was free to go while he awaited his next court date, and his mom was already outside, waiting to pick him up. Although Detective Lacey warned Kathy that she could be putting herself in danger, Kathy insisted that Colin come back home with her.
She made a comment to me that she was willing to accept her fate if that gave her more time with her son.
Meaning she was willing to die at the hands of the defendant as long as she had more time to spend with him?
Yes.
Just moments after Kathy drove off with Colin, the sheriff's office received a call from the officer at the juvenile detention center who escorted him outside. He said that right before Colin got in the car, he threatened to take his mother's life. As you saw at the beginning of this video, several deputies went straight to the house to find out if Kathy really was in danger.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, you guys can come on in. He's doing standing marches. He's not a happy camper right now.
Get into the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So what's going on, man?
Last night, me and my mom to a physical altercation. I got arrested for domestic battery, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay. So how is the situation with you and mom right now?
She thinks that I beat the shit out of her. I don't. She thinks that I'm like psychotic, like literally psychopath, sociopath, something like that. She thinks I'm gonna kill her, that I want to beat the shit out of her.
Do you?
No, sir. I'm not gonna take what I consider abuse when someone's attacking me.
Did you make any statements saying that you were gonna kill?
Yeah,
Was that said?
I did not say I was gonna kill her. I did not say kill.
We're just trying to figure out. We just want to make sure we do everything we can to prevent anything happening.
He's a psychopath. He's definitely a psychopath because it was the cop that let him out to his mom's car that heard him say that I'll kill you before he got in the car before she picked him up. And this and what the detective said on the stand, that lets me know that this woman wasn't abusive to this man. This young man. She wasn't abusive to him. The simple fact that she said that she was willing to sacrifice her life and deal with her fate by bringing her son home with him, just to spend more time with him, just to show and shower love on him. She was willing to die, even though you're telling her that her life is in danger because he made it very clear that he wants to harm you and he wants to physically harm you. He's a psychopath and he's very manipulative. He's very, very manipulative. You can look at his stance. Even how he speak, you could tell how manipulative he is, because he knows that the officer heard that, and now he's saying, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say I want to harm her. But then you're saying, oh, if I continue to deal with this type of abuse, then I don't know what I'm going to do afterwards. But your mother disciplining you, making you march or stand at the corner, do extra push-ups and stuff, is not abuse. She's not physically abusing you or anything. This is sad. Michelle said, I hate to say it, but he is smart. He has that mental disorders. He's very manipulative. Absolutely. Joanne said he looks proud of himself being charged with DV. Yeah, he does. He does. She said, watch him. Yeah, you have to watch him. Yes, that's what he is. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Most psychos are highly intelligent, like genius level smart. That is true, Brucey. That is definitely true. Oh, hi. Happy Sunday to you. Let's see. This is what a lot of parents do. They take up for their kids' behavior. Yeah. And you know what? I think is another reason could be why even she didn't take the warnings from the detective is not outside because she loves her son. She loves her son, right? But she probably also feels guilty too. She probably feels that she might be the cause of why he has this behavioral issues, right? Why he can't control his anger, why he has this kind of bloodthirst that that he's craving to enact on. She probably feels that it's her fault. It's terrible. His calm demeanor and how he talks. Yes, absolutely, Barry. Absolutely. The stance sideways. Yes, Kalito. Yes. Ryan says just because she said it doesn't mean we know how she acts alone. Just saying, but threatening that is nuts. You know what? You're absolutely right. I'm only going on the basis of what the detective said and what the detective said that the mom said to her. We don't necessarily know how she is when there is no cameras, involved, what's going on in their day-to-day life. You are absolutely right about that, Ryan. So I try to take that in consideration and also just use his mannerism and how he's approaching the conversation with the detectives to make my synopsis. Brucey said, yeah, thank you, Brucey. You're not the first person to say that, Church Jones. Happy Sunday to you. I don't see it, but thank you. Thank you. We discuss analysis, crime, interrogation tactics here. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can you believe this? He got away. Yeah, he got away of murdering both his parents. That's terrible. Storm said, likely since children are a product of their environment. That is true, Storm. That is true to an extent. Absolutely. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. All right, let's go on.
Sir, given the situation, I don't think that we should be in the same house at all.
The deputies asked Colin why there was so much tension between him and his mom in the first place. And Colin seemed to put all of the blame on Kathy.
So I came to live with her after my dad died, and since then, there's just been kind of times when things boil over with her. One time she pulled a gun on me. I called the cops.
What got her to the point that she's doing these things?
I don't know.
You have no idea. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, she pulls a gun or
that I
hit you?
It's because that I'm driving her crazy somehow. She was really abused by my dad, from what I know, and that kind of just made it to where she has these very specific things that set her off.
So how long ago was your dad passed? Sorry to hear that. 7 months.
Yeah. Okay. He attacked me, my dad, and when he did, he tried to kill me with a knife, and then it was in Oklahoma, and he died.
How was that?
I shot him when he tried to kill me.
The deputies decided that the best course of action is to remove Colin from the household. They then initiated the Baker Act for a third time, and Colin was placed in cuffs again and taken to the back of a police cruiser. Kathy, who just learned the reason the deputies had shown up to the house, went straight to the cruiser to confront Colin.
Did you tell them at the jail that you were going to kill me? Did you say you were going to hurt me? I heard you say you were worried what was going to happen.
Ma'am.
Yes.
They have to go.
Although Kathy was upset with Colin for his comments, she was also upset with the deputies for taking her son away again. The deputies tried to explain why they made that decision.
But I struggle with a kid that's being released from jail and saying, if you bring me back there, she's going to die.
If we don't do something, then,
Shame on us.
Yeah, then we're not.
Shame on us that
then
we
we
didn't do our
fail.
job and we failed you. And I'm not failing you. Nor am I going to fail your son.
Following these incidents in November, Colin's lawyer realized how unsustainable it was for Kathy.
Okay, so that's a little concerning. Yes, he killed his father too. He killed his father 8 months prior to this situation with his mom, sweetheart. But see, that's a little concerning with me, right? Because you have numerous of police officers telling you that you're not safe and that your son being in the house with you is provoking him to have these dangerous, threatening thoughts. And she is being very persistent of keeping him in that household. I think that might be a controlling issue with her, that she's now not worrying about her safety just to have the control over him. Because honestly, if it's about your child, it's about getting him the help that he needs and making sure that he doesn't get into that type of state of mind where he wants to harm people, and then do the right thing. Let him go, I don't know, stay with someone else. If you can get him into a foster care, a nephew, grandma, whoever, right? If you want to emancipate him and him start to work and take care of himself, and he has to, go to counseling, court order counseling, do the best for your kid. But if you're continuously going against the detectives and they're telling you, this boy is telling us that he's going to harm you, he's saying that you're inflicting abuse on him, and if you continue to do this, he's going to take your life, and you're like, no, everything's fine, just give me my son, don't take him away from me. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm starting to think, I don't know, maybe I still think the kid has psychopath tendencies, absolutely, but I do think that it's not just all in his mind. Maybe she might be controlling, and controlling to the point where she just have to have possession of him, not necessarily in the stance of trying to actually support him so he can support himself. You're possessing him. You just want to be able to tell him what to do. Every single move he made is going to be controlled by you. That could be a possibility, because I don't understand. Like, and I have a son, and he's a teenager. If it ever gets to the point where that my son, and that will never happen, and knock on wood on that, right? But if it ever gets to the point that my son is showing threatening behaviors towards me, he gonna have to get up out my house, right? And that doesn't mean that I don't love him, but if me being in the environment with me is threatening to him, and then as well as threatening to myself, I have to do what a parent's supposed to do and put him in a better situation. I'm not going to sit here and try to control him and keep him under my thumb because I have to prove something to myself, egotistically. I'm not going to do that. Like, my ego is not that big. I'm willing to bow out when I need to bow out. And I don't think that this mother had that. I don't think she had it at all. And that also could have contributed to her losing her life. But let's go on.
To have full-time custody of Colin. The lawyer was able to negotiate a concurrent custody agreement, which gave Susan and Kathy equal authority over Colin. And he could now stay with either one of them as he pleased. Colin went back and forth between living with his mom and living with Susan, and things seemed to be going pretty well over the course of 2024. Colin graduated high school, and his mother bought him a brand new car as a graduation gift, which allowed him to get a new job as a delivery driver for Domino's. Although this was a nice gesture from Kathy, it was later revealed that she didn't actually buy the car herself. She used money from Colin's trust fund, which Kathy had never ever contributed to. Regardless, things between Kathy and Colin seemed better than ever. Over the summer, she posted photos of their trip to Washington, D.C., where they toured the White House together. But as summer came to an end, Kathy texted one of her friends, saying, "I'm going into that dark place again." On September 7th, 2024, the day before Kathy's death, an argument about a bookshelf was captured on the Ring camera in her living room.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday.
I need the keys to the house. So, you know, go for that shit in your car. You need to change your clothes. You're not coming home tonight.
Well, if you want to kill someone by putting that thing on your
It's not your
it's not
killing
falling down. There's no stud. There's no, you even get it with me. There's no stud.
Kathy locked the door behind him. Colin took his car and drove to stay with Susan. Susan was on vacation at the time, but she would be back at some point the next day. The next morning, despite the custody agreement, Kathy was furious that Susan allowed Colin to stay at her house. So she called Susan several times, berating her.
If Colin's not here by 10 o'clock, I'm you. Do you understand me?
See, the plot thickens. I'm seeing control issues with the mom. She is berating and pretty much dragging anyone who won't help her force Colin to be under her house. Like, I hate to say it, but so far, Miss Kathy, as beautiful as she was, and she still didn't deserve to lose her life, right, in a horrible way. Miss Kathy, you starting to give me Mommy Dearest vibes. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get Mommy Dearest vibes. This kind of controlling behavior. Like, you want to control everybody else for what everybody else is doing. Susan got also partial parental rights. That's your mom, I guess, Susan. She got partial parental rights for Colin to go stay between both your houses. And here you are when he didn't want to be under your house anymore. And at this time, he ain't want to harm you, but he didn't want to be in the house anymore. He went over to Susan's house, and here you are literally telling her that he needs to be back here by 10 p.m. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Even the courts thought that it would be good if he starts to feel that the environment is getting uncomfortable, because even the courts can understand that he is dealing with some personality issues, right? Social personality issues. So they feel that maybe a change of environment would be good with him, while also having long going therapy session or being with a counselor to help maintain or form some type of maintenance with his anger issues. But you don't even want to allow him to do that. You like, no, he needs to be in the house with me right now. You're like, he just said he wanted to kill you. I don't care. Like, he has to be in the house with me right now. He's not getting out of there. He's not going to kill me. Just bring him to me. I don't know. That's Mama Dearest to me. Mama Dearest to me. I don't know. Let's see. He said, stop the analysis. Colin is a double murderer, full stop. He is a double murderer, Zeke. He is a double murderer, but I don't know. I'm starting to feel Mommy Dearest vibes from her. I really am. Let's go on.
Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Yes or no? I need a yes or no. Yes or no? Do you understand me? I thought he was going to work. He's not here by 10 o'clock. I'm sending the cops. You do not have my permission to have Colin in your home. And if he's not back by 10 a.m., I'm going to take it if you are holding him hostage and not giving him back to me. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.
Kathy also threatened to sell Colin's car if he didn't come home immediately.
I'm taking the car. I'm taking everything. So I'm about to go out there and go and get the car because the car is mine. I have it in my name.
She then followed this up by saying she had already found a buyer that conveniently lives in Susan's gated community, and that she was outside ready to hand over his keys.
The car is sold. He can either get the car with me and come back home, or he can come. Then you better tell him that he needs to give me a goddamn phone call in 10 minutes.
Of course, these statements weren't true, because she wasn't outside. Actually, all of these audio clips were recorded by a Ring camera in the living room of her home. Clearly, Kathy was just angry and doing anything she could to get Colin back home. As a final Hail Mary, Kathy tried to blackmail Colin. She texted him saying that she had recordings on her Ring camera that captured him admitting to the premeditation of his father's murder.
You've left me with no choice. Colin, the recordings of you admitting to killing blank and planning the murder, there are 4 different instances from my Ring camera, are all going to Bob, Susie, Amanda, and Chris at 3 p.m. today. My dad is sending his recordings of you telling him how you planned my murder back in February. You have 10 minutes to call me and fix this, Colin. I am signing this title and handing over the keys now.
Kathy finally decided to drive to Susan's house to confront Colin. Susan's neighbors watched as Kathy sped through the gated community and slammed on her brakes at Susan's residence. She slammed her car door as she exited the vehicle and stormed up to the house. 1 hour later, Colin dialed 911 and police were dispatched to Susan's house. With Colin sitting in the back of the police cruiser and the forensics team processing the scene, the deputies decided to canvass the area. Susan's neighbors told them that after Kathy entered the house, she came back outside and was making a big scene on the front lawn, yelling at
I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. My stance towards the mom is starting to change. She's doing a lot of irate things as well. You know, like you even heard that she had when she's talking on the phone with Susan, she slapped something. Don't know what she slapped, but whatever she slapped, you could tell that she has anger issues as well. So that's probably where, Colin gets it from. But doing all this irate and, talking to Susan in that way, making a whole scene in her community, then to find out that you were spending this boy's trust fund. You said that you bought him a car and it wasn't you didn't buy him the car. You took the money from his trust fund that his father had for him, even though he unalived his father. But that's was something that he got from his father, and you took his money and bought him a car with it. You didn't even give him the option to decide what type of car he wanted. But then you chucked it up and made it seem like you bought it for him with your own money. I find that kind of weird, too. But I don't know. I'm not my way how I feel about the mom is kind of changing right now, especially with all this other information coming out. It still nonetheless does not mean that she deserved to have lost her life. I don't believe that. But yeah, it seems that she had a part into why he was, he went to that level. It's starting to look like it. Like she was enticing him or antagonizing him to start, or provoking him to start to move this way.
Colin.
You said that you saw a hand come out and touch a shoulder on the steps. Did you hear anything?
I never heard nothing. I turned my head and went back into the house and got busy again.
And from your perspective, did it look like the person was getting dragged into the house?
No. I just, like I said, when I seen the hand come out and grab her by the shoulder, I turned and went back into the house. And I said, they'll probably work it out. I thought it was his sister or Susan's granddaughter. And I said, they're probably having a little spat and they'll work it out.
Although this neighbor claimed to have seen Colin grabbing Kathy's shoulder and pulling her inside. Another neighbor that saw the incident claimed that Colin pulled her into the house by her ponytail.
And she went around the back of the car, up close to him, and she was swinging her arms again, and he reached. And she says, I heard her say, let go of my hair, you're hurting me. And he reached up and opened the door, and they went inside, pulled her inside.
When they tried to question Colin himself about the incident, he refused to answer any questions and requested an attorney. Colin spent the night in the juvenile detention center, and the next day, Sheriff Grady Judd of the Polk County Sheriff's Office held a press conference announcing Colin's arrest. He described Colin as a cold-blooded, murderous psychopath.
He's violent. He's dangerous. He showed zero remorse. Zero remorse.
Shortly after this press conference, State Attorney Brian Haas formally charged Colin with first-degree murder and announced that Colin would be tried as an adult.
I made the decision to charge this 17-year-old as an adult based upon the egregious facts and circumstances of this case. Charging a minor as an adult is not a decision that I take lightly, but as state attorney, it is my responsibility to do so when warranted.
His trial began on January 29, 2025. The prosecution believed that Colin hated his mother and had been planning her death.
So, Miss Joanne says, does the Baker Act keep people under observation? And if yes, how long? Yes, it keeps people under observation, and I think it's a 72-hour process. That's how long it is. If I'm not mistaken, if we're talking about the Baker Act of Florida, then yes. Let's see. Oh, y'all just having a personal conversation. Okay. So now the prosecutor, they charged him. They're going to charge him as an adult, and now the prosecutor is going to make his statement. His whole thing is to make everybody believe that this young man is just a cold-blooded killer, psychopath, and he has always wanted to kill his mother, or his parents, right? They're going to also look into the fact that he killed his father in the same form of fashion by, he shot his father, but there was a knife involved. So it was two brutal deaths, how his parents died from his hands, right? They're going to link that back to it. That is going to be their stance. Now, for the defense attorney, who's going to be representing Colin is going to pretty much say that both the parents seem to have anger issues. They seem to have a controlling situation with him. They're going to bring out the recordings of how irate the mom was when it had to do with the other person who had parental rights, Miss Susan. They're going to say that this is a boy who was in a terrible situation, who tried his best not to kill his parents, but they forced them to, pretty much act in self-defense. That is going to be their stance. So let's see if I'm right. Let's see if it plays out the way that it does.
For many months, just like he did with his dad. But they weren't allowed to tell that opinion to the jury. Since he ultimately wasn't charged for his father's murder, the prosecution was unable to bring up the specifics of that case in the trial. However, they were able to introduce this clip to the jury.
Colin 2 is the one that protects Colin 1, and Colin 2 is the one that killed someone.
This made it obvious that Colin had killed somebody before, but it prevented the prosecution from saying exactly who the victim was. Surprisingly, after the claims of split personality that we heard earlier, Colin's attorneys didn't even take a stab at an insanity defense. Instead, they moved forward with a claim of self-defense. Of course, this contradicted the story that Colin had initially told the authorities.
She got real tight and she went to the knife and she fell on it.
The defense claimed that Colin didn't admit to killing his mother because he was afraid that his claim of self-defense would fall on deaf ears, just like every other time he and Kathy had a dispute. One of the first witnesses that the prosecution called to the stand was Detective Lacey. She told the courtroom about Kathy's devotion to spending time with Colin regardless of the circumstances.
She made a comment to me that she was willing to accept her faith if that gave her more time with her son.
Meaning she was willing to die at the hands of the defendant as long as she had more time to spend with him?
Yes.
But during cross-examination, the defense implied that this was an act in order to establish control over Colin's life and prevent him from getting the help he needed. Detective Lacey also said that Kathy would frequently go against everybody's advice on how to have a healthier relationship with Colin. One of the most shocking testimonies from the state's witnesses was from Robert Willantis, Colin's grandfather. Colin was quite close with Robert and would sometimes vent to him over the phone about Kathy and Susan. However, on one occasion in February of 2024, Colin took things too far.
My grandson was very aggravated at his grandmother and his mother. He said, "I am so tired of these two bitches. I'm disgusted." He said, "My mom, I keep thinking over and over, I want her to bleed out. I want to smell the blood. I want to feel the blood. I want to feel the life and the blood leaving her body. I said, Colin, I love you, buddy, but you can't have those kinds of thoughts and focus on them and then speak them, because you will cause them to become reality. Please think positive things about your mom, about yourself, and about a good future together.
However, the defense claimed that Robert was hardly involved in Kathy and Colin's life. Based on the evidence, it appeared that Robert had only spoken to Colin 3 times while he was living with Kathy. Not only that, but Robert didn't even go to Kathy's funeral.
Mr. Willantis, you didn't come to Kathy's funeral, did you?
I will see Kathy in my thoughts, in my mind. That's where I want to keep her. Attending a funeral where her body is placed in the ground, that's not Kathy. The essence of Kathy is elsewhere. She's with me. She's here in this room today with each of you.
Mr. Willantis,
Ma'am?
I asked whether you went to the funeral and why. Just answer that question, please.
You interrupted me as I was explaining why. That you don't like my response, ma'am, that's your problem.
To discredit Robert even further, the defense called their one and only witness to the stand, Colin's grandmother Susan.
Was Robert Willantis invited to the celebration of life?
No, he was not. Robert tends to be very disruptive. He has difficulty with truthful manners, and we just did not want to have more lies and destruction. The final time that we could say goodbye to Kathy.
The defense also asked Susan about Kathy's long history of mental health issues, family estrangements, and violence, showing jurors that Kathy's unstable nature was prevalent long before Colin had moved in with her.
So my statement was correct. What the prosecutor was going to go for and what they was going to hit on and what the defense attorney was going to hit on. This is very powerful because there is a reason why the grandfather was not invited to, the homecoming of Kathy. And then now that they're talking about that she also had mental issues or, like I said, control issues, that's very powerful because they know that the child has those type of personality disorders. However, it could have escalated because there were issues that wasn't taken care of being treated by the same people that was in charge of his protection and his growth. So let's see what happens now. Let's see if they buy what the defense attorney says or they're going to agree with the prosecutors all the way.
Are you aware of Kathy having pinned her then husband to the wall of the house with her running car?
Yes, ma'am, I know.
What about an incident where Kathy stabbed her then husband with a corkscrew and then burned him with a terrarium light? Are you aware of that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware of Kathy threatening to kill her then ex-husband's girlfriend's family in Homestead?
Yes, I am. I was telling her that what she was doing was crazy. She was going to get in trouble, that she couldn't take it out on 3 innocent lives in Homestead. She needed to turn around and go back home.
Have you ever personally witnessed Kathy engage in a physical act of violence towards Colin?
There was a fight. The fight started because
I'm
she
in
was
agreement with
beating
you.
him with a belt.
When you say that she beat him with a belt, were you actually there for
Yes,
that?
I was, and I tried to stop it.
Are you aware that Kathy pulled a gun on Colin?
Yes. Originally she denied it, then she said yes.
So she actually admitted that to you?
Yes. And Corporal Rendas was aware of that also.
Corporal Rentas was a part of this conversation where Kathy admitted she pulled a gun. Did Kathy have a reputation within your family as being violent?
Yes.
Did she have a reputation as being unpredictable
Yes.
and volatile?
Yes.
During cross-examination by the state, they grilled Susan for testifying on Colin's behalf and painting her daughter in such a bad light.
It sounds like you're really quick to try to throw dirt on your dead daughter. Would you agree with that?
No, not at all. My dead daughter did the best that she could. We have a problem in this country with addressing mental health. We all know that. And that's what she had. She had mental health issues. At times, she was the greatest person on the world. Very intelligent.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You mentioned that you and your family members love to talk about how violent Kathy was. Is that right?
No, we didn't love to talk about how violent Kathy was. We talked about what we could do to help her. We didn't want her to lose her job, and more than anything, we wanted her to try to get better.
Colin decided that he wouldn't be testifying, so the defense rested their case, and it was time for the closing arguments.
The writing was on the wall, ladies and gentlemen.
So before we get to closing arguments or statements, Joanne said, like mom, like son. Yeah, I'm getting that too. It seems that this family has a problem or a history of mental issues. And even by her own mother admitting that her daughter had issues, and it seemed like her daughter could have been a schizophrenic or be a sociopath. It seems that she went from hot to cold whenever something affected her, any form of trauma, anything that brought her back into that space. She went in rage, and she didn't have a problem of hurting anyone. She hurt her ex-husband. She threatened her ex-husband's girlfriend or harmed them and their child and everything like that. So, and then to now admit that she did actually pull a gun on her son. Yeah. Yeah. My stance has changed a little bit. It really has. Bipolar. Yeah. My stance have definitely changed a little bit. But let's see what is going to be the closing statement. Let's see if the prosecutor can pull it off. Or does the defense attorney have enough evidence, especially with the mental problems of the mom, to back Colin's claim that pretty much he was at no choice. He was at his wit's end.
The writing was on the wall. The defendant knew what he wanted to do, and it was just a matter of time.
The state has in no way come close to proving to you beyond a reasonable doubt. They have failed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Colin did anything other than defend himself against his mother, and that what he was afraid would happen actually happened. Your verdict has to be not guilty.
The jury was sent to deliberate, and after about 12 hours, they reached a verdict.
Will the jury find as follows? As to the defendant in this case, as to count 1, the defendant is not guilty. As to count 2, the defendant is not guilty. So say will this 5th day of February, 2025.
Colin Griffith was acquitted of all charges, and after being processed back at the jail, Colin walked out a free man.
This one was really, really deep. It was a really deep type of situation. I'm a little flabbergasted. I think that he should have gotten some time. Although I don't think he should have gotten like 21 years. I don't think so. I don't think he should have gotten 21 years in prison or 15 and then probably parole. I don't think so. I think that he was supposed to get some time though. And the fact that he was literally smirking after after hearing not guilty, like that gave me such like psychopath vibes. And like, yes, I used the system and I beat the system. And I still can't like get over the fact that he was leaving paper trails, about his mom and the so-called abuse that he was getting with his mom. I'm sure he knew that his mom had mental issues and outbursts, and he kind of used it against her in this situation. That was crazy. That was really, really crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting that ending. I really wasn't. If y'all don't see my face, I am really flabbergasted. I really am. I really am with that one. I really am. Ms. Joanne said he will do it again. You know, that can be a possibility. That's a very strong possibility. Strong possibility. Woo! All right. So, guys, I do have other cases for you. That one was very interesting, very powerful display of opening and closing statements from the prosecutor and the defense attorney. That was something. That was really something. So the next case that I have for you good folks is about a mom. A mom discovers her son went on a killing spree, all right? Just make sure you get the lights up for me. Truly, truly appreciate it. It helps the channel. A thumbs down. It also helps the channel. And if you like this content and you think anybody else will like this content, please share it out. If you have any cases that you would like me to review later on, by the end of the live stream, just go ahead and put them in the comment section. I do read the comments, guys. So if you do leave me comments, I will heart them. I truly appreciate it. Just going forward. So let me go ahead and pull up my screen and we can get into this new case. All right, and here we go.
Back in 2017, police responded to reports of a burglary at a local Dollar General. As they were investigating the crime scene,
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. It messed up a little bit. I don't know where the screen went, but hopefully it comes back. All right, here we go.
My son had come to my house and said he hurt his wife. I told him to leave. He said he hurt his wife.
the caller was the mother of 39-year-old George Dargis. She claimed that her son had told her that he'd attacked his wife, 37-year-old Julia Dargis. The police rushed to the couple's home, and there they would find signs of a brutal attack. Julie's body was located on the kitchen floor, with what appeared to be several stab wounds. She also had severe blunt force trauma to the head. The police put out a bolo for George and then spoke with his mother.
Guess it was Monday. Okay. Caught running from the police. He was speeding, so he ran.
Mm-hmm. And this is your son, this is George.
Right.
Okay.
So he was in jail and we got him out Thursday on bond. And then last night he went off for a little while and then came back. And then about 3:30, I saw him coming down the steps because my bedroom's right by the steps. And I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm just going downstairs." And the next thing I heard, the car taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes walking in with a blue jumpsuit that didn't even really fit him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a rag with blood all over it. And then my husband said, "Get out of this house, get out." And so no sooner we saw him pull off than I called Julie on her cell phone and she didn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I called 911.
Okay, so you called 911. Okay.
When my husband told him to leave, my husband walked down the steps with him and told him to, get out. And that's when he saw the car, which we assumed that was Julie's rental car.
Okay.
Because he had wrecked their Mustang when he had ran from the police.
Okay. So he left at 3:30 in the morning in the truck.
Right.
And then what time was it that he came back?
It was about 7:30.
About 7:30. And that's when he tells y'all that he killed Julie. Your husband tells him to get out. And that's whenever he left in the car?
The car.
Was there ever a history of domestic violence that you know of between?
No, I knew George could get very angry, especially if he's doing crack cocaine, whatever he does.
Does he use narcotics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I've never seen him hit her, or not that I know of, he's ever hit her.
Right. She's never said anything to you?
No.
How about any of his past relationships? Have any of them ever told you anything? Or
not that, nothing.
Nothing that you're aware of. Okay. How long do you think George has had any legal substance abuse problem?
Oh, it's been many years.
Oh, okay. Okay. And whenever
he's been in and out of jail since he's 18.
Okay.
The only thing I can see is, I know he was talking to her throughout the night.
Okay.
Because she had gotten some kind of eviction notice or something to
Oh, she was evicting him out of the house? Okay.
So that's why he was with us.
Okay.
And she was talking to him all throughout the night.
But they were together though up until that pursuit the other night, last week or whatever. So they were together, and then he wrecked their car, and then she decided, okay.
Right.
Okay.
And she was trying to get him out before that, but we put him in, drug rehab and all kind of stuff the last several months.
Okay.
But apparently none of it worked.
Okay. Right.
And like I said, I know he could get angry, but I never ever thought he could hurt her like that. Because I know they, both of them loved each other very much, and it's just, I can't even imagine me raising a child that could do that.
Right. No, and yeah, I understand that part. Mr. George, fill me in. What happened? What transpired this morning to your knowledge?
Well, the only thing, I was, last night, he was wanting cigarettes. He was just downstairs, because we lived in that raised house. So he was downstairs, he came home, and I saw an empty beer bottle, and I think he drank a little bit of whiskey. So, and he said he was going to go down. I saw him, I said, "You've been drinking?"
So I wanted to pause it for a little bit, because so far from what the lady said initially, this son, I don't know if he's a teenager or a grown adult, this son seems to have many problems, many issues. And it's funny how she said that I don't never think that he would do something like this, but you started to see signs that something was wrong, that this person was angry all the time. A lot of things wasn't going his way, and he was festering. It was festering inside of him. But it's surprising how a lot of these family members and all of them say, "I never thought this would happen." Well, I guess the only reason why you never thought it would happen, because you're not really necessarily paying attention to it in that way, right? You look at it as this person is just going through this depression episode. We all go through some form of depression episode. We all go through some form of trauma. We all go through some experience that we don't necessarily can speak to other people about it. We kind of just try to go, live our daily lives with this type of feeling about certain things. And then now we see how it can escalate into situations like this, because we don't take the signs seriously. We just think that it's just a part of our society, is a part of our world, is a part of our life, is a part of growing up. And I guess it starts to move back into, what the lady said from the other case about how when it comes down to mental issues and mental problems and stuff like that is still kind of like taboo. We are promoting it more than we used to, right? Because before we used to just use religion in the church for any of our issues and problems. But, people are still not using all the resources that they possibly need when it comes down to certain things that they have going on. But let's hear what the father has to say. I'm interested. No problem, Flower. No problem, sweetheart. Let's go on.
"You shouldn't be getting in trouble. I'm just going right down to get cigarettes." He said, "But I don't have any money." So we gave him $8. I don't know how much cigarettes are. So he said, $7. So we gave him $8. Well, I laid on the sofa. My wife went to bed. So I said, "I'm going to have to eat up a little bit and make sure he gets back here." So then the next thing I hear, she must have got up, because he must have been knocking on the door, because we had the door locked. And that's when he came in. So I got up and I went in there, and I just saw he had blood on his hands and all. And he's there crying, pacing back and forth. I said, "What, I said, what the blanket you doing?" I said, "What happened?" And he goes, "I killed Julie." And I didn't know whether to believe or not, but he had blood on his hands and that. And then the first reaction to me is I told him, "Get out." I said, "Get out this house." And I had to get out this house. And he went, so he got out. And I said, "Well, where did I asked him, where'd you get that car?" And he said something, "It's Julie's car."
Oh, okay.
I remember him saying something. Everything was so confusing at that time.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, he got in the car and he backed out. And he pulled to the front, he stopped for a minute, and he took off.
I asked your wife, and I'm going to ask you, to your knowledge, do you know of any history of domestic violence with George and Julie or anything like that?
I don't know of any now. I know he had tendency to break things.
Mm-hmm.
Like TVs, he'd come in, he'd punch the wall, punch the door. But that's because he has a drug problem.
Mm-hmm. What was his drug of choice?
Crack.
Okay.
As the search for George continued, the police would receive a call about a car crash. After confirming George was the driver, he was arrested and brought in for interrogation.
I guess trying to sort all this out. They're telling me that I guess you're trying to figure all this stuff out too. Before we get started here, I'm going to advise you of your rights. All right. What do you remember about today? What's going on, man? I know you were in a car wreck and everything else.
What's everything else?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, you know you were in a car wreck, right? I mean, you obviously were in a car wreck. What all happened today?
I don't really feel like talking about it, to be honest with you.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to find your side of it. I mean, I know there's two sides to everything. I know that...
I just don't want to talk about it, really.
Okay. Well...
At all.
Well, I understand that, but we need to, because I need to try to give...
Okay, so obviously he is a well-grown man. And it seems that he had a drug problem as well as anger issues. Bad combination. But again, it goes to show what the father said. The father said, oh, yeah, he punched holes in the walls and he screamed and get agitated. But what did he chuck it up to? He chucked it up to just him having a drug problem. There are signs. There are signs that we continue to overlook and we don't take it seriously. We think it's okay and it's acceptable that this person cannot control their anger, that they have to start breaking things, start damaging property and stuff like that. And we don't treat someone doing that as a sign that they that they cannot control their anger, and that eventually it will go to leading to hurting and harming an individual. Like, that's the next step. If you're not harming an object, you're going to start harming human beings. And we look at those things when it comes down to children, right? If children start harming animals at a very young age, right? But we don't take it serious enough when it comes down to adults. We really don't. We just say that there's stress. We say that it's just stress. Miss Joanne said, my ex is a crack lover. It's terrible what anger comes out over them. Oh my God. I'm glad he's your ex, Miss Joanne. Yes, let's get the lights up. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate you, Miss Boricua. Hi, Star. How you doing? Happy Sunday. She said, there are many red flags that we ignore. Yes, we do. We do ignore it because we find excuses for everything these days, don't we?
Some answers to Julie's parents.
You're not going to get it.
Well, I mean, obviously,
That was my life. Her mom's great. Her dad's he's a piece of shit.
Okay.
He abandoned her as a kid, and then he comes around and tries to tell me to get out of the house and all that shit. That's really about it. Just shit led one thing to another, and I don't know. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying nothing else.
Okay, so Dad's an asshole.
He's a scumbag.
Scumbag.
He ain't a good parent. He's a piece of shit.
Okay. What did he do? I mean, what's he done lately to upset you? I mean, I'm trying to learn.
He don't come around. He don't do nothing for Julie. He's never made Julie pay for any of her cars. He just banned them when they was kids. He made her pull them out, work 3 jobs. It's always, I don't know. It's really about it. I just want to go to jail. I want to go to jail.
Okay. Well, I want to be able to give some answers.
I haven't eaten since yesterday. I'm starving.
Okay. Well, we'll get you something. I'll make sure that happens. We've got, so what's his name? Bobby, right? Her dad?
Robert. Asshole, however you want to call him.
Okay. So he's a jerk. He's an asshole. He's whatever. What's up with Mom? I mean, Mom is sweet.
Awesome.
What does Mom do? I mean, she comes around a lot. She talks. Sweetheart. Okay. Tell me about her.
She's a wonderful person, would do anything for Julie and I. Just everything.
What type of things has she done?
She helps clean the house. She helps, she's just a good woman, all around good woman. Not what she does, just all around good woman.
Just good-hearted.
I wanted to talk. Let's see. Hi, Jen B. How are you doing? Happy to see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well, Jen. Yeah, so I find that very interesting because when his father spoke of him, he didn't trash him. He just let the detective know that he has a drug problem and he has seen him get irate before. But when he spoke about his own father, he had nothing but horrible things to say about his father. He said he's a horrible man. He said that he's a good for nothing. He's an a-hole, everything under the sun. And he said that he doesn't do anything for Julie. So I'm thinking that the woman that he unalived was his woman, was his girlfriend or wife, who knows. And then he talked about Julie's father, said the same thing. He's a dirtbag, he's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. But then he said that the mom is great. And then when he started talking about what makes the mom great, what makes her a great person and not everybody else, oh, she came to our house and cleaned, she came to our house and cooked. So it kind of just tells me that you only think that people are good if they're in service of you, that you benefit from. You said that your father did nothing for Julie, but what was your father supposed to do for Julie outside of you being her man? Like, please explain that to me. Your father has his own wife that he has to take care of. You think that your father was supposed to financially take care of Julie? That's your responsibility. That's your woman. So for him to even say that was quite alarming about how he feels about relationship and dynamics with other people. You are a horrible person. You are everything under the sun if you don't do nothing for me. But let you be in servitude of me, you're the cat's meow. You're the greatest thing in life. That's terrible. Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? Happy Sunday. She said, I think the dad we saw was his. He spoke about Julie's parents. Right. The dad that we saw was his dad. And when he asked him about his dad, he said that his dad is an asshole. He's a horrible man. He's a no good father. That's what he was referencing. Let's see. Let's go on a little bit more.
To listen to you, she'll
absolutely.
talk. I know I've talked to her a little bit today, trying to, see what we can figure out. And I'd like to be able to tell her more. Tell me about your relationship with Julie. When did y'all start dating, and how long have y'all been married?
George met Julie after spending several years in prison because of his addiction to drugs. He promised Julie that those days were behind him, and for many years they were. Eventually, George would get back into drugs, and despite Julie paying for rehab after rehab, George just couldn't seem to kick the addiction.
To be honest with you, I don't want to talk about nothing. I'm tired. There's so much medication. Coach is coming to jail.
I know, but I've got to do this today, buddy.
I'm not speaking no more.
Well, we need to, okay? We need to talk, because we need to know why. I need to know what she did to upset you so bad.
She didn't upset me so bad. Between her dad and worrying about what everybody else thinks, because people make mistakes. I don't know. I came over to him. We were just chilling, and she's like, "Well, I thought I told you not to come." I said, "I just want to come and talk to you." But her dad threatened me the day before, which I want to push charges against him because he says if I come over here and something's going to kill me. So it's just all a bunch of shit that involved him that caused a bunch of problems.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
But that doesn't make any sense because you didn't harm her father, who caused a bunch of problems, apparently, with your relationship. You harmed the woman that you was in a relationship with. And then when the detective asked you, what did she do to get you so upset? You said she did nothing. You said that she didn't do anything at all. So I'm not understanding. Why did you attack her? Why you didn't attack the person that you was angry with? And then now he doesn't want to talk anymore because he knows that the more that he talk, he's not going to he's going to expose himself the more that he talk. So he's trying to say that the medication that he's on right now after having the accident and crashing where he tried to flee the scene is the reason why he's not feeling well and he needs to get something to eat. But truly, he just don't want to talk anymore because he knows he's going to continue to incriminate himself. So that's why he just wants to hurry up and just put me in jail. If that was the case, sir, you should have just said, I want my lawyer. But you never said that. You just said I just didn't want to speak anymore. To really end the conversation, say that, I'm not going to address anything until I speak with my lawyer going forward. That's what you need to do. Yeah, I am Quick Draw McGraw.
He's a piece of shit. That's what he is.
Yeah, tell me about Dad then. I mean, if he's threatening you yesterday, I want to know.
Yes, you're right.
What happened?
He just told me if he comes around here and does anything to his daughter, he's gonna kill me.
Okay. And you were at your house when that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in my wife's house.
Was it morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay. So you were over there trying to talk with Julie, trying to make things good?
Nobody was there. I was coming to get some of my stuff.
Okay.
He ran me out of her house because he thinks he's some big honcho with the cops.
All right, so you go in there just to get some of your stuff because y'all have had some issues recently.
Not really.
I mean, I guess what I heard.
Just drug problems, just me doing
Yes,
drugs.
that's what I mean by issues.
Yeah.
Is that she was trying to get you in some rehab. Did you actually go to some rehab recently, like in September, October time frame?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're going to get some stuff. Dad confronted you, Bobby, asshole, whatever you want to call him. Told you, hey, I'm gonna kill you basically if you come around this house.
Yeah, call the cops. He's got people watching me like I'm some kind of bitch or something like that. Like that ain't even his house.
Right.
And what he does is puts it all in my wife's head and makes her fucking turn against me. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. And the thing is, he abandoned her when he was a kid.
So he's pushing her basically to abandon you too. Is
Yes,
what's
sir.
happening.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You know me.
So there goes the intent. This is why he didn't want to speak anymore. He already proved why he did what he did to his wife. Because he felt that the father was getting into his daughter's head and that he knew that what his daughter was going through, the abuse or the verbal abuse that she was going through, the financial swindling of their money because he has a drug problem. And he probably did confront him saying, listen, if you put your hands on my daughter again, I'm gonna crack your jaw. I'm gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And he felt that the father was going and getting into their marriage and overstepping his boundaries and turning his wife against him. So there goes the intent there. You said that your wife did nothing wrong, but apparently she did. If she was taking guidance from her own father about her concerns of being married with you, when she actually said, I do with you, you went to rehab and you wasn't dealing with drugs. A couple of years into the marriage, you got back to drug use. And it started to cause a problem. That's what the intent is. And that's the reason why he didn't want to have, this is why he didn't want to have the conversation, because eventually you was going to see what he was really upset with his wife about. Not this, oh, she didn't do anything. Let's see. As any father should. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if the father can see things that their daughter cannot see because the father is a man and he understands how men think, good men and bad men or dangerous men, then this is when when you have the ability, you need to come in and step in, right? Step in and at least, if anything, if you can't, talk to the guy, talk to your daughter. I mean, I would definitely say the first resort would be talk to the guy, man to man, because men respect and understand other men a little bit faster than than speaking to women. But if you can't, if you know that the concern is about your daughter's safety, and let's be real, your daughter don't stop being your daughter once she say I do to another guy. That's a bond for life, right? And if you really love your daughter, you don't want your daughter hurt by no one, right? The whole point that you give your daughter away in marriage is that you're expecting the man who asks for her hand in marriage is to love her and to take care of her and protect her just as you, if not better than you. So like one of the worst fears is them handing over their daughter to somebody who harmed them. Let's go on.
I start getting into arguments, and she starts threatening me. I start threatening her, and just turns out bad.
It just keeps on going.
It just keeps on going. That's how it is.
And y'all been married for how long now?
Almost 4 years.
So like almost 4 years. So just for the last 4 years, asshole father-in-law's been pushing, threatening. He treated his daughter like crap, and now she's treating you like crap because she's going to threaten you. What she's threatening you with?
Who, my wife?
Yeah.
No, she's not threatening me.
Oh, I thought she threatened you also because I thought it was
No, just stupid shit. I mean, just nothing bad. It's just. I mean, I can't really think like this. I was trying to tell you, I can't. My words ain't even coming out straight.
You're coming out just perfect. I'm really starting to understand a little bit more. I mean, it just seems like so there's been arguing and this and that for the last 4 years, right? And it's about drugs, and she's trying to help, and this and that, right?
After many failed attempts at helping her husband get sober, Julie decided she had enough. She told George that she wanted a divorce and that he had to move out. This was the spark that ignited the flame in George and caused him to go on a crime spree.
So yesterday, I guess you ended up leaving yesterday. Where did you go after her father is an asshole? Did you go back over to your parents' house, or?
I'm not sure where I went. My sisters, I think.
Maybe your sisters? Okay. You go over to Kristen's and spend the night, or?
No, we left.
You left? Okay. Where did you go after you were at Kristen's house?
I was so drunk, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, at some point, I know you end up back over at your house. I know this because I was talking to several people in the area.
I was at my mom and dad's. And,
yeah, you were there this morning, too.
Right.
At your mom and dad's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you make it back over to your house. What happens when you make it back over to your house early this morning? I know you're probably drunk and you're upset.
Yeah. No, I wasn't drunk.
You weren't drunk this morning? Okay. So you make it back.
I mean, I might drink a couple of beers, not many.
Not many. Awesome. All right, so you're not drunk this morning, but you head back over to your house, and it's early. What happens?
I'm not going to door. She opens it up. We go inside and just bullshitting.
Okay, y'all bullshitting? What y'all talking about?
Just whatever, just us and stuff like that. And
Look,
she got an attitude with her, so I just pushed her, and then she freaking pushed me back, and then wrestling, she hit the door. We fell somehow. She cracked her, I don't know, she just started bleeding from the face and just got scared. That was it.
Okay. What else happened after that? She's bleeding from the face?
Yeah.
What else happened?
I'm not talking about all that.
Well, I need to know.
I'm not talking about it.
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, then we'll skip over it. So something happened and then you end up leaving.
Yes.
Okay. You get in the rental car that she's got?
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
Riding around.
Riding around?
Mm-hmm.
Hit a couple stores maybe, trying to get something?
Get some money.
Trying to get some money?
I don't know. I really don't know what else. I was so messed up, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. But let's say you went to a couple businesses trying to get some money or whatnot, and you end up back over at your parents' house. You talked to your mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell them what happened?
To a certain extent.
Okay.
I just told them I did something really bad, and they told me to get out their house and leave.
Okay. So you left from there, and then I guess you're heading to the South Shore. You're heading across the lake, and you get in the car, right?
To be honest with you,
You don't remember that part of it?
Nowhere. I don't know what
That's cool.
I ate about 15 Xanax and just I don't remember none of that.
All right. So you told your parents you did something really bad. You remember what happened when y'all say something really bad?
Probably not.
Well, let's say you did.
You said 16. Did he say 16 Xanax? I hope he didn't take 16 Xanax because he said that he had 3 beers earlier too. So was he drugged up when he did that to his wife? And then he just drove hysterically over to his parents' house. They kicked him out, but you already had stolen her car. You stolen her rental car. And then when you try to flee, you got in a car accident. You notice how he doesn't want to speak about his wife. You notice that, right? He doesn't want to go into details of what he did with his wife. He says, I'm not talking about that. I don't know if that's because that's a trauma response, but he doesn't even seem like he has any remorse for what he did to his wife, even though he says that she didn't do anything wrong. I find it also very interesting how he's leaving out the fact that she did request a divorce and that she wanted to leave out of this relationship. That's why he continues to blame her father for all the problems caused in their marriage. He has to have a scapegoat. You're the reason why my wife's not here. You're the reason why you made me kill my wife, because she was going off of what you was telling her and getting involved in our marriage. She would have never left. She would have continued to help me in my drug addiction. She did it before. Why wouldn't she do it again? She would have had never left, but you was forcing her, getting it in her head. That's terrible, man. Thank you, Barry. I'm glad I wasn't hearing things. Hi, girl, dad. How you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Hope everything's well. Hope everything's well. Thank you so much. Jay says DUI consciousness of guilt and admits to assaulting her. He did. He did admit to assaulting her too before the situation. Bruce said 15 Xanax didn't even phase this guy. He eats that many for breakfast. I know guys eat that many at one time. Yeah, it didn't phase him. He said, I just took 15 Xanax. Like, boy, what? What? Woo, you got a problem. Jessica said, I know someone who could take that many at the top of the addiction. Wow. Wow.
Y'all were in the kitchen?
I didn't even go inside. I stood by the front door.
No, you went inside. I know you did. I got that. And I'm not, it's fine. I mean, I know that.
I don't remember. I'm so fucked
Because y'all
up.
were inside and y'all were talking. And because you saying you were arguing, you pushed her, she slipped, fell, hit her head, she was bleeding from the face. It escalated. Somebody picks up the coffee pot, things start getting smashed, right? Is she a thrower? My wife's a thrower. She throws coffee mugs and shit at
She
me.
would go home and she'd throw a pot and a cup or two, and I don't know, just some knick-knack like that. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm gonna play it on, but this detective is really good. I like his ego up approach that he's dealing with this suspect, because he's referencing it as like, listen, this is something that we men go through, right? Like, look, my wife is a thrower too. When she get mad and it started to escalate, yeah, man, and get him to start talking about it. Yeah, she was hitting me, she was throwing this at me, throwing that with me, and then I just had to push her, and then I had to stab her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just got to that point. He's getting him to open up even more to eventually talk about the situation so they can know in detail exactly what happened to her. And then, did you even try to render her aid? Did you be like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. Was this an accident, or was this a fit of rage, right? Because I think that this is exactly what it was. It was a fit of rage. He was mad that she was trying to leave him and that she wasn't going to, be his anchor anymore. And he just didn't, he'd rather her not be here if he can't utilize her. And it's not because you was on Xanax, 15 Xanax. You pop those pills like you eating breakfast, just like Brucey said. Just like Brucey said. Let's see. Yes, he's meeting him at his level. Yeah, he is. He's definitely meeting him at his level. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, he's on his level. Yep. The only way that he can understand it, it makes him more comfortable, makes him want to open up more, makes him feel like he's not the only one that's going through this. So that's really good. That is really, really, really good.
No ones were pumping so much.
Right. Did she grab the knife first?
She typically grabbed the butter knife. I'll grab the big knife.
Okay. And did you push it into her stomach?
No, we kind of like fell into each other, like freaking.
Okay.
Like, we both moved in each other.
Gotcha. And How did she get cut on the neck? How'd that happen?
I don't remember. I really don't.
Okay. With the bump on her head, that's from she fell down? Did you see a little bump like on her noggin?
I'm really not sure. I don't know.
How did she break her nose?
Her nose is broken?
Yeah, I think it might have happened when she fell, her nose.
I don't know. She just, when she hit the floor, I don't know what happened after that.
Okay. So she grabs a butter knife, you grab the bigger knife, y'all start wrestling. I guess you kind of hit into each other, and I guess it gets into her stomach area. And you don't remember how her neck got, the little cut there?
Listen, I don't want to talk about it.
I know you don't, but we have
That's
to.
my wife. I don't want to talk about it.
I know, sir, but it's really important, and I just need to know.
Why?
Are you
I'm
sorry?
in jail for life.
Are you sorry?
Good. Yeah.
And I can tell that. I mean, look,
right.
I want to be able to tell her mom. I mean, fuck her dad. If he's an asshole, mom's a good person, right? Let me tell mom what happened.
I'm glad that for you, Barry.
How did her neck get cut?
Huh?
How did her neck get cut?
I have no idea.
Well, I know she didn't do it herself.
I mean, it could have been just something, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
The evidence at the crime scene showed
that was very important what the detective did. Like, I really like his maneuver. I like how he did this, because he started little by little adding in more evidence about her injuries. And it proves that it wasn't self-defense. It proves that you intentionally meant to hurt her. And he doesn't know that they could tell which happened first. Did the cut around her neck happen first? Was the blunt the blunt trauma to her head, did that happen first? You stabbing her in the stomach, did that happen first? And then on top of that, we like the wounds that we see on him now, it wasn't even from the altercation that he had with his wife. The wounds that we see now happened because you try to flee and you got in a car accident. So you got banged up pretty bad. And then he kept on saying that her nose was broken. And the more that she kept on pointing out things that they have realized with the autopsy, he started getting even more nervous. Now he want to act like he's remorseful. Now he wants to cry, whatever not, because he knows that it wasn't we were just going back to back. We were just having a mutual war. He know that he took his aggression out on her. He know that he purposely took his aggression out of her. So he's not trying, he's trying to now like move away from that. Oh yeah, man, I'm remorseful, of course, man. I mean, I never meant for that to happen. It was never supposed to escalate like that. But sir, why did you have to break her nose? I didn't do it. She might have fell. Sir, why did you have to stab her in the stomach? We were just holding the knife and she's trying to fight it from me and it just went in her stomach. Sir, why does she have a knot on her head? Blunt force trauma. I don't know. That could have happened when she hit the floor. Every excuse under the book. Every excuse. Every excuse. Hey, Donna, how are you? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope everything is well with you, dear. Hope everything is well. Thank you, Brucey. I truly appreciate you as always. Yes. Congratulations to Barry. Yes, definitely. Keep up the good work, sir. I'm glad that you was able to do that for yourself. That's the most best thing ever. Jay said the way that the cop passively downplays everything is really good. Right, exactly. Because if he makes it seem like it's not something serious, then he'll be a little bit more open to talk about it. Because that's one thing that people in human nature, we tend to do, right? We like validation, especially from things that we want to do or we feel that is good and is enjoyable to us. We love the validation that we get from others that makes us believe that it's acceptable, right? So the more that you can move the situation as I'm accepting or, oh, it's not that bad, don't worry about it. We see all the time how people get very open to that, right? Because if that actually feeds a person's ego, it feeds their ego. So now it makes them take down their walls. Yeah. I'm glad you could understand that I had to do that. I had to stab her, I had to stab her in the stomach, because she was trying to get away from me. Yeah, I mean, I had to punch her in her nose because, she was talking smart for me. Like, and then when you make them feel like, yeah, man, I totally get it. Because sometimes I just want to go backhand against my wife, because of her smart mouth. I totally agree with you, sir, because I feel like that too. It works. It's a charm, perfect charm. Why are they always sorry when they get caught? Because people hate accountability and consequences. Bastard. Yeah, Star. Yeah. William, how are you, good sir? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. He says, sorry I'm late. Get to see the show. Reverse psychology works great for the police and interviews. Yes, sir. Yes. And I'm glad you're here. Don't worry about you being late. You're not going to be in the corner. Everything's fine. Right? Shout out to you. And I hope you're feeling better. Because I remember you was telling me that you were sick, COVID, then chest, but then you said they gave you pills. So shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you. Let's see if there are any other comments. Donna said, I just came in. Is that his girlfriend? His wife. It's his wife. Hi, Jonathan. Happy Sunday to you. He said, you are very beautiful. Thank you very much for the compliment. Truly appreciate it. Happy Sunday. Let's see. Hi, Mrs. T. Campbell. How are you? Happy Sunday. We're just reviewing a case that a guy went on a killing spree. He ended up killing his wife. So far, he's blaming her father being involved in their marriage. That kind of like led to the altercation that his wife ended up losing, losing the fight. I'm so sorry about that. It's sad. I don't like when people lose their lives. All right, let's go on.
That Julie had been attacked with everything from a coffee pot to a large kitchen knife. Her home had been destroyed as George desperately looked for some cash after murdering his wife. When he came up empty-handed, he decided to rob local businesses.
What type of things was she saying when y'all were going back and forth?
No, man. No, please.
It is.
I don't want to bring it up because it upsets me. Please leave me
that's
alone.
wonderful,
Please.
William.
I know you
This is
need
for
a
mom.
story.
This is for mom. I'm trying to get answers from
How are you
mom.
doing? Happy Sunday.
Mom, she's going to ask me. And look, I'm the detective. I'm the one who is trying to give everybody the answers.
I have a drug problem, okay?
Yes, sir.
I've been trying to get help. I married Julie because I wanted her. I wanted to do. She'd push me 100%. But she was worried about her job so much that she had so much time for me. I complained, and then our relationship got worse and worse and worse, and to where we just started fighting, this and that. You know how it goes, but it's it's just that type of shit like that.
Look, I got two ex-wives and they
push. More than anything in this world, I would have done anything for her.
Yeah.
Her mom, her dad's a scum of the earth. He thinks he's Mr. Oh, I know the police and all that. Who gives?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a tractor driving, bus driving bitch. That's all he is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He hasn't done nothing for my wife. Says he didn't pay for the wedding. My mom paid for our wedding. That's how sad he is. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll come over there threatening me and all this kind of shit. But I kept cool because I'm respectable. And I said, all right, Mr. I'm gonna get up, but I'm gonna tell him, don't you talk to me this way. This ain't your house.
All right. But the argument this morning was over the narcotics, the drug problem. That's what started it this morning?
No, just about, kind of about that, and just about wrecking the Mustang and all that. And, and what it is she's so worried about what people think of her work, but it's like, I'm your husband. I'm supposed to be your best friend. You're supposed to, no matter what, stick with my side.
Right. No, I get it.
And that's a hard pill to swallow because I married you because I love you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how it started. I don't know. Really, I don't.
Just kind of a mixture about the Mustang. It's a mixture about the drugs. It's just the ongoing stuff.
I'm glad that he's actually, able to express himself because we can just see his twisted kind of, I guess his mind is kind of twisted because he's just now realizing that everything he did was in a fit of rage. And now the one person that you did not want to leave you because they always had your back and they was always there to support you, you don't have that person anymore because you took their life. You took their life. Now she cannot help you. You're going to still need help. You're still in the situation where you're battling the drugs. Now you're one person, the person who never let you down. You took them out of this world. They cannot help you. They cannot help you from the grave, right? And it just sees how like you have that split mind. Like you love her so much, but you love her to death that you kill her in that type of gruesome type of way. Like I really wish it didn't have to be that way. I really, but those crime of passion, fit of rage. There is no real answer behind it, really. You know, because a lot of it is all about emotions and how you feel in that moment. And then when it's all gone and now clarity starts to kick in, you start realizing what you have done, and what you have taken away from yourself too, right? Because you don't want to do the work to heal yourself. It is not your wife's job to heal you. It's your wife's job to help you. Help mate, not heal mate. Okay? She can't heal you. She can't. Poor Julie, man. Poor Julie. The dad's bad because he didn't pay for the wedding, but you didn't even pay for your own wedding. Right. He didn't even pay for his own wedding. He said his mom paid for the wedding. Your mom paid for the wedding. I'm sorry. Like, you don't even look like in your early 20s. You look like you are in your 30s, late 30s, probably early 40s. You look like you're my age, early 40s, right? So it's like, I don't know, like, why are you having your parents pay for your wedding? Like, that's like me telling my mother who's in her 60s and her 70s, yeah, ma, I'm about to get hit. You gonna pay for my wedding? You gonna pay for my wedding? Or me telling my dad, and God rest his soul, my dad died when he was 75 years old. That was 10 years ago. So right now he would be 85. Yeah, dad, I'm getting hit. You gonna pay for it? I don't think so. Nah, man. No. If you loved her truly and truly loved her, you would not have touched her. I agree. And if it got to the point where you couldn't deal with anymore, you should have just walked away, or gave her what she wanted, the divorce, right? And who knows, maybe you going to get help and she's going to heal, and the things that she needs to heal by being in the relationship with you. Who knows, y'all could have probably met back up again. But your need for her to fix it for you because she became your fixer in your life instead of your wife, that was the problem. Star said narcissists and drugs don't mix. It really don't. It really makes a bad situation worse, doesn't it? It really does. It really does. People have got to learn how to control their emotions instead of letting emotions rule them. I agree. It's a hard skill, right? And I think it's a skill that we're going to have to learn through our trials and tribulations and in life in general, because emotions are a real thing. They are a real thing. Are they supposed to be the only thing that controls everything that's going on? No, absolutely not. We have to use logic and reasoning, right? That's when that has to kick in. We can't only completely rely on our emotions. It's sad. The good people are often the ones that pay the price. Yeah. No, he looks like he's beat up. I'm sorry. Oh, that's because he got in a car accident trying to flee the scene of the crime after unaliving his wife, Donna. That's why he looks beat up. Let's see. Because his mom has already covered for him. Yeah. Parents, teach your children how to control their emotions. I agree. But it's going to be hard when we have parents of the world today who can't even control their emotions. That's going to be very hard to tell adults today to do something or what their children need to do if they haven't mastered it themselves. It's going to be hard. That's a hard task, ma'am. He wasn't helping himself heal. as he had human crutches to lean on. I agree, William. I agree. Bruce said, in my opinion, self control is the most important fruit of the spirit. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you can master oneself, you can master the world. And that is the truth. That is definitely the truth. And it doesn't matter what background, what walk of life, what situation you're in. If you master yourself, you mastered the world. But let's go on.
It's just ongoing petty stuff that can be fixed that we always talk about working on. And when I start doing good, like it'll be 2 or 3 months on to drugs, nothing at her, and I asked her to do changes. I'm not blaming them on her because she was a great woman. She was a great woman.
Yeah, she was like a director of, what was it? I read her business card, director of marketing, yeah, for this hospice company. Okay. All right, you want some water or something? I'm gonna get you some water. Let you relax a second. I get it. I understand.
In the end, George was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He is currently serving out his sentence at the Louisiana State Penitentiary. I'd love to read your thoughts on this case, so please share them in the comments below.
On November
Like I said, that was a very sad situation. You know, he let his emotions and his drug addiction get the best of him, and it's quite sad. Really, honestly, it's just quite sad that it went down that way. Prayers to that woman and her family. It seemed like she was a lovely woman. It seemed like she did have loving parents who was concerned of her, especially her father. And, you know, it's horrible when these situations play out. It really does hurt my spirit. But I do love reviewing these things because we do need to understand so many different variations of why these type of situations take place in our societies, guys. Because not everybody's story is the same story. It might have similarities, but there could be different things that lead to the ultimate game point where it lands at, whether someone lose their life, lose custody of their kids, the kids get hurt, all that. Donna said, how long were they married? So far for 4 years. They were married for 4 years. Yeah. Blind Justice, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you. He said men have historically never been taught to control their emotions while feeling them. They're told to suck it up from childhood. Suppression is compression equals uncontrollable outbursts of anger and rage. I do agree with you. I don't think that in the society that have been created and that we've been living in for quite some time, never allow men to be one with their emotions. In fact, emotions for men has always been perceived negative. The only emotions that men seem to gravitate to as a form of strength and masculinity is aggression, is anger, is, bodaciousness, being strong in that way, not the other half of that, right? And I think that's an art that has been lost, because even men from back in the day, way back in the day, they had a lot of stoicism in them. It's not that they didn't feel things, it's not that they didn't have emotions to things. However, they knew how to channel it in a different way. It seems like the men are having a hard time knowing how to channel it in a way that is still beneficial to them, but not dangerous to anybody that's around them. And I think that that's the problem that we're seeing. Let's see. Let your sons cry and talk about their feelings. As always, I always do that with my son. All right. So, Flower said, I got to read my Miss Flower. That's my Miss Flower right there. She said, yes, masculinity needs control too. Yeah. We a lot of things. What I would say the best word is, because controlling has been, just the word in general has been used hyperbolic, right? Because it can be used like for negative and also positive. I think what we are actually seeking, and this is just my go-to, is just discipline, right? Discipline, understanding discipline, and also understanding sacrifice. I think those words are a little bit more palatable to people, you know? I think that they work a little bit more, controlling that word is hyperbolic now. It's used in such a hyperbolic way. So I'm all about trying to, get people to understand and have it register in a way where it's palatable to them, and not to look at it as in I'm, being forceful or aggressive, but definitely, that balance right there. Absolutely, Jessica. You took the words out of my mouth. Balance. Yes. Yes. All right, good folks. I appreciate all of you. I have one more case for you guys. Please make sure you hit the likes up. Truly appreciate it. Or you can hit the down button. It still helps the channel nonetheless. And please share this out to anyone who likes these type of reviews and going over these type of cases. And if you have any case that you would like me to review later on a later date on this channel, go ahead and put it down in the comment section at the end of the live stream. Again, I do read my comics, so I truly appreciate it. Truly, truly appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, hi, Susan. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. She said, ladies, be careful. You don't settle for mommy's boys. They stay home playing games and end up doing nothing much but making life unbearable. Now you see what's left is this case. Oh, wow. Let's see. Kip Terry said, you haven't even mentioned what your descriptive bullshit is all about. Yeah, it is my real hair, and this is a channel about discussing cases. But have a good day, sir. Have a good day. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, that was just blind ink Justin. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the other case, and we can get this started. Hope you see my screen, guys. Here we go.
Is it a loaded firearm that you have with you, Mr.
Correct. So you're not under arrest right now? Okay. Yes, sir. Wow. Probably not the best idea to be wearing a vest, armed, possible criminal impersonation of a police officer.
I'm a retired Baltimore City.
Okay.
27 years.
He's a convicted felon. He wouldn't be retiring 4 years ago. I'm speechless.
When a police officer in Bremerton, Washington arrives to a call and finds a man dressed as a law enforcement officer already on the scene, things quickly take a turn for the bizarre. Suspicious that the man may be impersonating a police officer, authorities soon discover that while he doesn't have any legitimate police credentials, he does have a record.
Criminal impersonation, the first degree. That's a felony.
Yes.
What? All right, okay.
The following is based on official police records. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On the evening of September 4th, 2025, an officer with the Bremerton Police Department responds to a call that a fire has been set in a parking garage across from the Salvation Army. As he arrives, a Ford Explorer, similar to an unmarked police vehicle, pulls in behind him. The vehicle has blue interior emergency lights on. Not recognizing the man in the vehicle as fellow law enforcement, the officer follows him over to the Salvation Army parking lot.
Were you on the phone with him? They asked us to come outside. I thought it was for you.
Who asked us to come outside?
I don't know. He's on the phone with him.
No, I thought I was pulled over because I thought you guys needed help with that.
Oh no, no, we thought no. I'm confused right now, man. This is my first day back in a while, so.
I thought you were like one of our detectives at first.
I know some of the guys work with the task force.
The man is working as security for the Salvation Army, hired by Stephen Group International. However, much of the gear he wears, including a silver police badge that reads detective, a ballistic vest, and a duty belt, indicate that he's in law enforcement. The man identifies himself just as Scaletta and claims he previously worked with the Thurston Sheriff's Office, but transferred to the Edmonds Police Department, where he says he's been a detective for the past 2 years.
I know a lot of detectives from Edmonds, from the gang network and stuff like that. The anti-narcotics training on base every year. I started with robbery and now with the gang intelligence.
Dang, it's pretty hardcore.
The officer soon leaves Scaletta to his security guard duties, but something about the strange interaction doesn't sit quite right. He makes a report, and the next morning on September 5th, a different Bremerton officer heads to the Salvation Army just as Scaletta is finishing his overnight shift.
So you work for Edmonds PD?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a part-time gig.
Got you. Do you have your commission card with you today?
Yeah, give me a minute.
No, didn't find it?
Sorry? No, he's going to, it's in my other bag.
Oh, okay.
He's grabbing it now.
Okay, how long have you been
apologize.
working for the Salvation Army?
Sorry?
How long have you been working off duty for the Salvation Army?
All right, so if y'all guys haven't noticed, or it depends on your knowledge about law enforcement, the reason why the cop is questioning this supposedly supposed to be cop, because a lot of things that he have said is not accurate, and it doesn't play out when you're actually transitioning to different units. So he's a fake cop. He's fake. They're asking him things about a car. Cop on the beat is supposed to be out there without any form of car that they can contact their leadership or even their supervisor and everything. And he has the whole getup. And they're wondering, why is he at the Salvation Army at this particular time? We're gonna see how this play out though. But I can already tell that he's not a real cop. He's an impersonator. He's an impersonator. But, oh God, Jay said, I used to live like in Bangor, WA, about 20 minutes away. Wow. Wow. He's probably started the fire play like he's a cop and play the game with him. Yeah, you're right, Donna. You're right. Absolutely. Yep. Hey, bro, how are you, Freezy? Good to see you. I hope everything's well with you this Sunday. And shout out to your lovely live stream that you had last night, early in this morning. I truly enjoyed it. My best bros on the same panel was very wonderful for me. Very wonderful for me. Mods, if you could do me a favor and drop down Freezy's channel. If anybody like to look at live panels about discussions, topics, hot topics, Freezy channel is definitely the place to be. And you would definitely enjoy his commentary. And all are welcome. All are welcome just the same. Brucey said, with no vehicle, he's an LA cop on a bicycle. Yeah. Jay said, he put some effort into his outfit though. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He got the whole radio and everything. So I don't know. So many people, so many cases of people acting as cops to perpetrate a crime. Yeah, it's quite sad too, because we do have people out there impersonating being military personnel or also being ICE now. And they're coming to find out that some of these people who are doing it are kidnapping, luring, sexual assault, sexual harassment. This is actually what's happening. There was at one point that you wasn't able to get a uniform or official uniform that is used for these type of job fills unless you had credentials to prove it at that particular store. But it seems like they have an overmass of uniforms. So now they're sending these uniforms to thrift shops and stuff like that. And so many other people can get it now. And I really do, me personally, I really do believe that that's dangerous, especially knowing my career field and what I do. So I think it's definitely dangerous. But let's go on.
I'm here almost every other week.
Every other week?
Yeah, and then I also work down at the KRM.
Okay. And what's your full name?
Mezzi Scaletta.
As Scaletta's co-worker heads inside to find his bag and
Military
supposedly his
uniform
commission
is
card,
valor.
another Bremerton
Especially
officer
if you're wearing
arrives.
certain
Is it a loaded firearm that you have with you, Mr.
insignias,
Scaletta?
medals, rank.
Correct. Okay. Can
Yes,
you put your
sir.
hands on the card, please? I'm not familiar
Thank
with
you
the
so much,
retention
bro.
holsters.
Truly
Keep your hands
appreciate
over there.
Can we not do this in front of everybody? I mean, really?
Yeah.
You're doing just fine keeping your hands okay. Yeah, no problem, man.
The officer removes Scaletta's firearm and finds that the magazine is empty.
So you're not under arrest right now?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Can you call my...
Yeah, we can take care of all that.
Yeah.
We can take care of all that. We can make all the phone calls.
Damn.
in case we double that. All right.
More Bremerton officers arrive just as Scoletta's coworker reappears with his bag.
So his credentials? Okay.
In the front.
What agency did you with?
Edmonds?
You're with Edmonds.
Edmonds, yes.
Do you understand you're just being detained?
I understand the whole process. Yes, I did.
Okay.
The officers check the bag but fail to find a commission card or any law enforcement credentials. They do, however, find an empty badge holder, similar to the kind plainclothes officers wear. This is only the beginning of their unsettling discoveries.
So first off, if you are a commissioned police officer in this state, you'll be taken out of cuffs, and I will formally apologize.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, no problem.
All right. You're uniformed and armed when we came across you. That's an accurate statement. So the concern is,
I don't know.
especially because
Maybe
we weren't
he
given
was probably
notification,
trying to set
right?
us
I'm not operating. I'm not doing.
Dinah.
I'm not working. I'm not.
Well, here's the problem
leaving.
with that. Well, it's messy, right?
Correct.
Here's the problem with that. You're leaving. Even if you're leaving, Salvation Army, this is the #1 crime hotspot in the entire city.
I would say more.
I know.
Let me tell
with the
I'm a
rape
retired Baltimore
situation.
City.
Okay.
27 years. I come out here.
And
Okay,
let
you
me
know what
talk
I mean?
to do with this.
I'm sorry.
Well, I don't. I think we're getting our wires crossed a little bit, because what I'm trying to get you to understand is, I understand that you're just leaving if you're off duty. But if you know that this is the highest crime area,
Yes, I did.
right?
Brucey.
If you know this is the highest crime area in the city, and you know that that's likely to do with your law enforcement experience, that we're going to be in the area, probably not the best idea to be wearing a vest, armed, going to and from, because it's going to make us think some things, up to and including possible criminal impersonation of a police officer. That's why you're detained. We get all that checked out, and you know what? This might be an error for their bosses and our bosses.
So we might have called Edmonds last night.
The sheriff?
What?
We might have called Edmonds PD last night.
Yeah.
Not on the payroll.
They're entitled
Not
to
on the
their
payroll of
assessment
Edmonds
blind
PD.
justice. Don't worry about that.
Is it okay if I go through this?
Yes, please.
to
Get
find
my,
out?
and then I can.
While some of the officers continue the search for anything that can verify Scoletta's claims, the others are eager to discuss the bizarre situation among themselves. Little do they know, a troubling revelation has already been uncovered.
So I read Casey's report. Apparently they had a little back and forth with Garrity and Hersey where they're like, well, he didn't take an act as a police officer.
Absolutely not.
Yes, yeah, I know. So I was like, no way, I'm not tolerating this. So I came down looking for him. I pulled up. Go ahead.
I don't know if they put this in the report. So in 2015, he was involved in like a SWAT incident where he barricaded himself inside and had like a whole like threat of like blow the place up. So it was like a bomb threat. He's saying that he retired from Baltimore City Police after doing like 24 years or something. 4 years ago, which he's a convicted felon. He wouldn't be retiring 4 years ago.
The man they have detained is not Mezzi Scaletta, as he claimed, but 49-year-old Michael Scaletta Tietz. According to police documents, he was convicted of a false bomb hoax in 2015.
Yeah, he's going to jail. 100% the right call.
Thank you, sir.
Did you see my face once it dawned on me what was going on?
Yeah. I pulled up to ask some questions
No
about
problem, Bruce.
him
I
working
truly
here,
appreciate
because I didn't see him because he's parked over here. And then he came around the corner, goes, everything good? And I looked at him and I was like, holy
His eyes are also super constricted, and he's hella jittery. So
A
I don't know if
whole
he's on
felon.
With this new information, one of the officers approaches Michael, but his explanation is strange, to say the least.
Tell me what happened in 2015 with Baltimore PD.
The riots.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
The unit, yeah. I worked in the Eastern Prison. We all knew what they were doing. We knew what was going on. Just a matter of time. And we already we knew the feds were there. But you keep your nose clean. You got nothing to worry about.
Well, I'm talking about the offense where you were arrested in Baltimore City.
Me?
In 2015.
I was arrested. I wasn't arrested. Never been arrested.
As Michael protests his innocence, the other officers are keen to check out his vehicle.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He said he has
Thank
known
you.
Sheriff Sanders for 4 years. Yep. No, I know.
Is this guy going to jail?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I agree, William.
So you can see he's got the lights mounted in the back too.
This is insane. Like the shirt is in the plastic. This reflective vest
He's straight from Gauls. Yeah, look, he's got a firefighter helmet too. He's ready to do it all.
The officer has no idea just how true this statement will turn out to be.
That's crazy.
While they can see the reflective vest denoting police on the back, the car holds even more surprises inside. For now, Michael suggests that the reason they can't find his commission card is because it's inside the vehicle.
I just want to hear from you, yes or no. Are you giving us consent to search the vehicle?
What, y'all are going to tear my vehicle apart?
We're going to search the vehicle.
No.
We're not gonna like.
We're done. All right, we're done. No.
Yo, this guy, this is really scary, because he had so many different uniforms in his car. Not down to him also being like a police, just a regular police officer, but even a firefighter. Like, this is really scary. We got to do something about this. There should be no way that you can get all this type of equipment just for buying it online, or just getting it at some thrift shop or something like that. Like, this gotta stop. This absolutely gotta stop. I remember there was like one point when I joined the armed forces, like, you had to literally put in your DOD number into the specific website so you can order certain things, right? Military issue things. I don't know. There's certain things that you can still get, like at thrift shops. Like I said, if they have an overmass or something, that you can probably get a uniform. But there is other things that is a part of our uniform that you cannot get anywhere else, and you can't get it unless you have a DOD ID, right? They got to do something about this, because this is very, very, very scary. In fact, just think about how many people could be running around impersonating that they're police officers. And because you don't really know the actual numbers that's on the badges, they can give you a fake department number. They know the county police or the state police in that particular area. So they could just say, oh yeah, I'm at 113th precinct, that's some scary stuff right there. Truly, truly, truly scary stuff. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Jay says, so he's a felon dressed like an officer with a gun. Scary. Yeah. I mean, luckily he didn't even have any bullets in the gun. The magazine was empty. Donna said maybe he came out of the way how he's acting. I would think he came out of the mental ward. I don't know. Yeah. Bruce said they probably cause. They have probable cause. They don't need permission. Mm-hmm. Donna said no, but they said he wasn't the one with the name. That wasn't awesome. He has another name. He's the brother. Yeah, I think the name was similar, and he probably looked into their system and found someone with a similar name and was impersonating him. Flower says scary stuff. Yeah. Blind Justice says, Jay, aren't most of the blue line just exactly like that? Well, I know your stance, Justice, so we'll just keep it there. He's taking Halloween dress up too. And you know what's so funny? Halloween, my favorite holiday, is coming up. I know 2 uniforms I'm staying the hell away from because I wear them all the time. So I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm gonna try to be a bunny. I'll be a bunny this Halloween. Hey, Antoine, he said, I knew a fool boy who had all that stuff on his car and would stop people at night. I had to stop being friends with him because that is crazy. I'm glad you did that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. All right, let's finish this off. Let's see what's going on with him.
No, okay. You're not going to tear my vehicle up. No. Okay. Apply for a search warrant. Do what you got to do.
Let's remove the gear. Let's solve that problem. Okay.
Michael is wearing a law enforcement style vest, double pistol magazine pouches with what appears to be a magazine in each slot, a baton, multiple sets of handcuffs, and a Motorola APX series radio, which is typically used by law enforcement and fire department personnel. Upon closer inspection of Michael's silver badge, The commander with the Edmonds Police Department called
Shad.
it a
Happy Sunday
Franken
to
badge
you.
and stated it had the same general appearance and shape as their badges, but almost all of the specific details on it were wrong.
This guy has kind of a convincing little.
And see, like I said, that goes back to exactly what I said. From someone, not if you don't have the trained eye, you don't even know how a real badge is supposed to look, right? You don't know. You just look at it, you say, "Oh, okay, the shape, it looks normal, speaks sense," right? And you'll say, okay, it has numbers on it. All right, makes sense. I've seen many badges with a number on it, but there's certain things that let you know if it's actually from that particular state. A lot of these state badges and stuff, they literally probably have like an insignia of the state in there, something that's representative of the state in there built into the badge. You got to look very careful. And I just look at all these just regular civilians who just only see a blue uniform, someone with a radio, a hat, someone with a gun, someone with a little pamphlet on the side or some cuffs, and automatically assume that this is somebody of authority, right? Because when you're in a society, you want to trust your government that you don't have to worry about things like that. But we are not in that time anymore. You got to be so hyper focused about everything what's going on now. And who's coming up to you, asking you anything, asking you any type of questions. Not everybody who presents themselves as authority is authority. That's just where we at right now. Let's see. No, Captain said, "Why is Halloween your favorite?" MJ, do you possibly have? No, I don't have no sweet tooth. I don't. I've been very good. I'm on a diet. I run every day. I run like about 3 miles every day. Sometimes I walk 8 miles every day. I don't like sweets like that. I like sour things. I have a salty sour kind of craving. I'm not a sweetie type of girl. Well, only once in a while. I just like Halloween because I like the movies associated with Halloween, like scary movies and stuff like that. And I do like the cosplay. I do like the putting on costume and dressing up and all the stuff like that. I enjoy it. I do. Not Brucey say MJ. Look, Brucey, go in the corner. Go in the corner, Brucey. Donna said, "Oh, I'm from Long Beach." Oh, okay. You're from Long Beach. All right. Okay. I understand, ma'am. I understand. Let's see. When I was in university, I remember being told that the profile of a police officer is so close to let's see. Oh, okay. So close to each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Mike. He said, "Aren't all badges different shape anyways?" Yeah. From certain states. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's go on. Not y'all laughing about me in the bunny costume.
That's what I was 50. I was like around 50-50. I was like, if this is a mistake, because that's also seen it blow back on like Edmonds is going to be chewing. Like they did have an off-duty guy here, and we like jacked one of their guys up.
With his gear removed, the officers attempt to get an explanation from Michael.
Are you still talking?
At this time, I'm going to invoke my rights and remain silent.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
We all know better.
Fair enough. Call that wily law enforcement experience, huh?
You seemed like he was tweaking out a little bit.
I'm speechless.
With Michael secured in the back of the police vehicle, the officers begin collecting information and will be stunned to discover just how far he took his dangerous ruse. His boss, who also works for Stephen Group International, soon arrives. He reveals that Michael has been working as a security guard for about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. Did he tell you that he was a commissioned law enforcement officer?
Not for now. She just said he did work. He works with the detectives or something about like an emergency response team of some sort.
However, according to his boss, there was an incident where Michael allegedly acted as though he was a law enforcement officer. There'd been an accident at the entrance of a parking garage.
When I went up to look,
like I hear.
Yeah,
He's directing
I
down.
agree.
I hear this vehicle in the roadway, kind of angled. He's coming forward and he's using his flashlight. We're routing people away from the
Yeah,
area where he can get on.
I don't like that much.
I don't know for sure. Okay.
Hey, is that my boss right there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys are saying.
This isn't the only time Michael is accused of doing something similar. The officers soon find a man who had been at the Salvation Army the night before and spoke with Michael.
He's going to have control of the narcotics department. He's going to be running some of you guys' units. He's been promoted, and he's moving up here this way.
Police reports state that Michael also told the man something to the effect of, "They'll all be working for me." However, this isn't his only outlandish claim. According to one of his ex-co-workers at the Salvation Army, Michael also maintained he was a 2-time FBI Academy graduate and a former canine sergeant. Along with this, his boss said Michael told him he was a fire inspector, and his LinkedIn profile claimed he was a fire lieutenant for 26 years.
What the?
Officers also call his wife Jean to inform her of the situation.
So my guy did everything. He did everything. Fire chief, canine unit, FBI agent, police officer, detective, narcotics agent. He was ATF, DTF, DHA. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. And he put that all on his LinkedIn and Facebook. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, sir, you only been on this earth for how long? When did you do all that? Did you start at 15? Was they recruiting you at 15? Like, were you Cody Banks? You know how Cody Banks from Nickelodeon, the whole show was on the basis of him being like a child agent. Were you that? Were you that guy? Because I'm wondering. I'm wondering what's going on. Like, and I'm wondering that, I guess his wife didn't know, but did his wife know that this man has a problem? Like, do he have an issue of him wanting to be other people? Because that's what it seems like, It seems like that. Let's see. Let's see. Donna says, that's a lot of positions, but somebody in his middle bodies. Not once, but twice in the FBI Academy. Oh my God. And Flower said, and he has a wife too. Listen, there's someone for everyone, right? There's someone for everyone. Okay, so he can use all the money he made. The bill is oh my goodness. Sweetheart said, wow. Yeah. And all that before the age of 50. Very impressive. Yes, very impressive. Truly. Absolutely. Bruce said, like the dude from the movie Catch Me If You Can. Yes, from Leonardo DiCaprio. Exactly. I love that movie. And what was that? What was he? Did they find out, or did they say that he was schizophrenic? Or he had, what is it? Imposter syndrome. There you go. Imposter syndrome. Yeah. Wonder where his wife thinks he works. I don't even have no clue if she even know that he works. No, he was 10. Michael really wanted to be important. He really wanted to be important, man. He needed it. He needed that. He needed it. The attention. Yeah. See, yes, Brucey. Cody Banks. You know exactly who I was talking about. Cody Banks. Michael might have dressed in his closet. Seriously, Walter Whitty is a saint comparison. Not Walter Whitty. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, he sounds like he has a lot of problems. In fact, he does. Hi, Taylor. How are we doing? We're going over this case of a guy impersonating and being a cop, and cops actually ran through and discovered that he's not a cop. But apparently he was everything. He was DTF, he was FPB, he was FBI, he was CIA, he was ATF, and he was a fire chief. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Hi, Janetta. Happy Sunday. She said, could have just been an actor. He should have just been an actor at this point. He would have been great. He would have been great, him being able to play all that role, right? His wife thinks he works for the Secret Service. Oh, let's go on. Oh, yes, I'm tearing out.
I'm so confused right now.
What part is confusing?
Just this whole thing. I mean, I thought that you went to work last night.
Does he work at Salvation Army?
Oh, that's nice.
What?
Does he work at the Salvation Army in Bremerton?
No, he's supposed to be Bremerton Kitsap.
Doing what?
Well, I know he's a reserves police officer. That's what he told me. That's the work he's doing.
Gene claimed to have no idea Michael was a convicted felon.
Okay, this says in 2015 you're convicted of hoax by false bomb. You were sentenced to 4 months in prison.
What? No, bro.
Did you get your firearms rights restored?
Sorry, I'm not doing it. Just adjusting. I'm just kind of laid back on my seat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You did not get your firearms rights restored then?
Sorry.
You have not.
Hey, listen, I invoke my rights, man. This is all your investigation. I'm not trying to be. I'm not. Don't take it the wrong way.
The allegations against him would soon intensify as more information comes in. According to witnesses, Michael had been blurring the boundary of his duties as a security guard as recently as last night. A 7-Eleven employee had called for police to trespass someone, and Michael can be seen in the responding officer's body cam footage. Notably, the 7-Eleven isn't on Salvation Army property where Michael was employed, and he wasn't called to help.
Well, I need clean, and this guy 24 hours is grey t-shirt.
You said he was here.
No, grey t-shirt.
No,
this guy.
Who are you asking to leave?
I call, and this guy 24 hours here in the door.
While Michael isn't seen trespassing anyone, he still responded to a police call.
Are these serious charges or
2 felonies?
2 felonies. What are the 2 felonies for? So what? I mean, I'm just asking if that's okay. I'm not trying to be whatever.
Criminal impersonation in the 1st degree and unlawful possession of firearm in the 2nd.
Criminal impersonation, the 1st degree.
Yes, correct.
That's a felony.
Yes.
I thought it was a misdemeanor.
Because the officers suspect him of taking law enforcement action, the accusations against him increase from 2nd to 1st degree. What they find in his vehicle only solidifies these suspicions.
What?
Yep.
Now that's kind of crazy how he said, I thought it was a misdemeanor. So this is somebody who kind of thought that if he ever was going to get caught, it was going to pretty much be a slap on his wrist. But he didn't take into consideration that you was out there taking actual police stops and duties and answering police calls as if you was an active on the force. That it wasn't just only just wearing the uniform and just walking around. No, you was literally giving directives and literally answering calls. This is quite similar to, y'all remember that young man. It was about maybe like 10 years ago or something. It was a young Black man, and he posed as he was a doctor, and he was actually performing actual medical procedures on people as a doctor, and there was no accreditation for it at any school about him going to school for being a doctor. And it was a whole big thing. They talked about it on a talk show, a couple of talk shows and everything, and he was literally like, you couldn't tell him anything. He said, yes, I am a doctor. I am a like, and we looking at him like, you barely even passed like 22. What you talking about? You was a doctor. When did you start going to school for your doctorate? Like 7? Like, he was so young. Oh my God. I remember that. Like, this is very similar. This is a very similar situation right here. Oh my God. Impersonation of a cop. Yes. He's got to have a police phone if he's going all those places. No, actually, it's a radio. Donna, there's a radio, and if you know what I'll say what wavelength that the police officers is on, you can pick up their calls to go to certain places and be there. Some of them is not safe wavelengths. Oh, she remembered. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Freezy remembers too, right? That's ballsy. Oh, it was so ballsy. It was so ballsy. And you couldn't tell him nothing. I think they even interviewed him too. And he was like, no, I am a doctor. He was like, I'm a doctor. I study at this place, that place. And he did take some courses online. He did. But there was no accreditation whatsoever that said that he was an actual doctor. And he had his own little setup, his own little shop, and people was actually going in there getting getting medical treatments from him. It was a real thing. It was a big thing back then. He probably have police scanners so he can show up to calls for the police to come, know a confused, mixed up understanding of police proceedings and so on. Yeah, there are police scanners, and like I say, if you know the wavelength of what they could possibly be on, you could probably pick them up. Yeah, and he knows some laws, but he didn't know that was it would turn into a first degree if he was out there doing police calls. He just thought it was a misdemeanor if he did get caught just wearing the uniform, and you could tell how flabbergasted he was by hearing that new shock. Why is it first degree? He's like, wait a minute, what am I getting charged for? Well, sir, then you should know what you should be getting charged for. Aren't you a cop? I heard somebody like that, but he was a dentist working for him from his house. I heard of that another situation like that too. I did hear of another situation like that too. There you go. Thank you, Brucey. That's his name, Malichi Love Robinson. Yep. Yep. Opened the New Birth, New Life Medical Center in Florida. Yes, that's it. Yep, that was it. Dr. Love. Thank you, Brucey. Thank you. Let's go on.
Hey, okay. Oh, man, goodness.
Scattered throughout his vehicle are multiple patches that read Canine Officer, Police, Investigator, and Surveillance. Authorities discover a black and yellow firefighter helmet, a yellow traffic vest, 2 ballistic vests, one with armor plates rated for rifle bullets, with a Star of Life patch that reads, "Rub some dirt on it, everything stops bleeding eventually." The second vest has patches for paramedic and FTO, Field Training Officer. They also find a bright yellow jacket with police sewn on the front and back, along with the receipt for the patches to be sewn on by a dry cleaner.
What's telling me you've been a cop for 30 years and you never been on a jail bus?
Well, no, it's different out here because, I'm asking what are...
You work for Edmonds, right?
The 7-Eleven incident isn't the only time Michael may have involved himself in police matters.
Salvation
His
Army,
ex-co-worker also shared a video Michael sent her, claiming he had responded to a dead-on-arrival call in
Joyce, how you
Seattle.
doing? Happy Sunday.
The video appears to be Michael's body cam footage and shows members of the Seattle Fire Department as well as a dead body. Notably, there aren't any law enforcement officers on the scene yet.
Good to know. I didn't know. Yeah.
The officer transporting Michael has his own suspicions about what his motivations may be.
When was the last time you used?
I don't use. Why you say that?
Because I think you're high.
You think I'm high?
I think you're high.
Okay. That's your opinion, man.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Scaletta, my theory is that this whole pretend to be a cop thing down in Salvation Army is an opportunity for you to seize drugs from the local transient people. That's what I think. I think that's how they're feeding illegal drugs.
Yeah, never.
Really easy, right?
I've never enforced that. I'm a security. No, never. I've never done anything like that, dude. Yeah, and I did that a lot, right? I had Tourette syndrome, man.
I got you.
No matter how adamantly Michael makes his denials about this accusation or the allegation of criminal impersonation, his vehicle would prove to hold a wealth of evidence. Inside, authorities also found an AR-15, emergency items and tools such as jumper cables, traffic cones, water bottles, latex gloves, and 2 first aid kits. They also located vehicle impound stickers and a parking ticket book, zip-tie flex cuffs, magazine pouches, handcuff pouches, a police portable radio, pepper spray, a baton pouches, a spring-loaded knife, a drop-leg gun holster attachment, and a badge similar to federal law enforcement badges reading National Concealed Carry Law Enforcement Safety Act, retired. Along with being equipped with blue and green emergency lights, a siren, and a loudspeaker, Michael had a radio wired into the car that, when turned on, the screen read nationwide scan. According to police documents, authorities suspect he was scanning police radios and responding to calls such as the trespassing at...
How the flying F did he get all this equipment from so many different jobs? Like a lot of the things that he named out is for specific departments. Not every law enforcement agency have the same type of equipment. They have different serial numbers, different standard of weapons and all that. How did he get all this stuff? Like, that is really scary that he had literally everything. He can literally walk out one day and look like an FBI agent, walk out the other day, look like he works for ATF, walk out the other day, look like he's a part of the sheriff's office, walk out the other day, look like he's a part of the state police, walk out the other day, look like he's a firefighter. Like, that's really, really, really scary. And the fact that he had all those type of weapons, yeah. Yeah. Very, very scary. It's the plates in it. Wow. All those jobs he had. He bought a lot of stuff, boy. Yep, he sure did. Felons can't own ballistic body armor. The thinking is they could use it in a crime. I mean, yeah, why would they give them that? Because then they will have less worry about getting shot, wouldn't they? Because he was a felon. He is a felon. He can't have anything pertaining to firearms. That is correct. How did he pay for all this? I don't know, because according to what his job was, he doesn't make that much to be even getting those type of items. And a lot of the items that they was reading off is over $500 and plus. Like some of the guns that he had are literally ranging from like $1,200 or $3,200. I don't see it. So unless, this is something that his wife didn't even know that she was funding, I don't understand. Or do he know somebody to get the hookup for these things? Like, I would look into that if I was them. Do he know anybody in the force that was like, selling those things? How did he even afford it, Schizo guy? I don't know. He's going away for a long time. Yeah, he's going to get a decent amount of time. He should. Sounds like he needs the Baker Act. Yeah, he does. I don't usually women with these types of issues. Usually men. Maybe it's an ego thing. Yeah, I agree, Freezy.
7-Eleven and the DOA call in Seattle.
Yeah. You're trying to get me riled up.
Michael Scaletta Teets was charged with suspected criminal impersonation in the first degree, as well as unlawful possession of a firearm in the second degree. Michael is awaiting trial, and the case is still ongoing. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel memberships here on YouTube also include early access to select new videos.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to EWU for that video essay. I loved it. That was crazy, insane. The amount of stuff that guy had, the way that he was able to impersonate, the simple fact that he was actually reacting and responding to active calls or 911 calls or calls going into the most available cops within the area, that is very scary. Very scary, very dangerous for the community that he's in, that he's working in, women, children, you name it. Like, that was a very scary situation. Very scary, but it was very entertaining to watch. Very entertaining. Scary, but very entertaining. Nonetheless. Brucey said he may have stole it from the police stations or cops' cars, etc. Yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility too, but the way how he bought everything in bulk, that's what's kind of quite disturbing to me. And like I said, a lot of that was police issued, law enforcement issued. Like, you shouldn't have been able to get that gun unless they can confirm that you are a part of some form of agency, which you're going to have your own specific number. And even the weapons that the cops have, that is their weapon. Nobody else uses their weapon. That is their registered issued weapon. It's only solely them, and that is a part of their ownership and property, right? So for him to have those type of weapons is quite scary to me. It really is scary to me. Maybe he knows people or he stole people's stuff. Yeah. William said, I agree with you, MJ. Could have friends supplying with him with the stolen gear. Yeah, it thinks so. I really do think so. Brucey said, thank you, MJ. As always, the best Sunday ever. You're welcome, Brucey. You're welcome. And Jay said, I'm interested to see where those firearm serial numbers lead to. You thinking, you putting up what I'm putting down, Jay. You thinking what I'm putting down. All right, good folks. I appreciate every single last one of you who was able to rock out with me this long. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock out with your girl MJ, and I truly, truly appreciate it. The next time I will go live is probably the next time I have a day off. Hopefully, that would just be like maybe on the weekend or something like that, or maybe Friday. But anyway, I will give you the notification when the next time I go live. So shout out to everyone who was able to participate tonight. Truly appreciate it. Make sure you get the lights up while we are heading out, or thumbs down. Truly appreciate it nonetheless. And share this out, guys. Share this out. I appreciate every single last one of you. And I want you to have a great, safe, healthy, happy night, Sunday night, and a good day to the work week on Monday. All right. And I'll see you soon. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye-bye.